of them. You're wasting all your time and money on models. Paint what you have.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Model Club TV, episode 108. As always, my ever-chipper co-host, Scott Johansson. Watch the bloopers. That will make sense.
I'm not lovely.
Oh, lovely. My lovely co-host, my lovely chipper co-host, Scott Johansson. And I'm the other co-host, Jason Walker. How are you, Scott?
I'm chipper.
Me too. You went back to work today. How was it? You doing okay?
Sucked. Work sucks. Works for chumps.
I know that very well. Yes, I agree. Went back this week myself, and it's fun.
It's great.
It's the best time ever. 0 stars, wouldn't recommend. Ever.
Although I guess yesterday, there was a big car chase. And
near the plant?
So my one buddy was going home, and it started, they got off at 130th Street, and then shot down to 127th to 57. And my one buddy was right there when it all zipped past him.
Oh,
and
boy.
They ended up going north into the city and getting caught. But my one buddy saw him on Skycam, saw the guy's car, and trying to call him. So, I just saw your car.
You know there's problems in your town when you can see your buddy's car on the Skycam during a police chase.
During a police chase, yeah.
Oh, man. Chicago. I'll be going into the city this weekend, so that'll be fun. Going to see X-Cops. Do you know who X-Cops are?
No, I know a few X-Cops, but I don't know.
X-Cops is GWAR, but where they dress up like police and have police themed songs. They reunited recently. It's pretty awesome. It's bringing the band back together.
That's great.
Yeah, I know. Hey, speaking of cool stuff, check out this awesome shirt.
That's great.
It's an amazing Peter Jackson, Dead Alive. It says Brain Dead, which was the alternate title.
And just like Peter Jackson movies, there's way too much going on in that shirt. Okay.
He didn't make the shirt. Someone else
And of
did.
course, they're long sleeves. Like his movies are all long.
Hey, that's pretty good. You are no matter what people say about you, you are one of the quickest witted people I know. And it's really good.
That's great.
Okay. Want to get started?
Can I start getting paid then?
No. Maybe. Speaking of which, we had some very generous people donate money through the live stream. And then I had some people afterwards donate to help ship out all the prizes from the holiday show. And I want to say thank you to everyone who did join us on the live holiday stream. We're going to keep doing those every once in a while. But those of you who chipped in, thank you. Everything is shipped out on my end except...
And someday I'll get that stuff shipped to folks.
All right, I was going to say, on my end, everything is shipped out except the Canada stuff.
Canada?
Because,
okay.
Scott, you said we're still not able to ship to Canada through the post office?
Last I checked, they still had a hiatus on us.
So we got to wait. I'm holding on to that. And one guy wanted a price on a print, so I'm checking that too.
We're still waiting on one person.
Which one? Do you remember?
Yeah, for the Dracula bust.
Okay, we need...
Was it Lisa?
No. Ed?
I don't know.
No. We'll have to look it up. If you won the Dracula bust, I'm trying to remember who it was. Get a hold of us. There we go.
The other folks, your stuff will go out by Monday for sure.
This episode, we have a guest. We have Rod Hickey joining us.
Rod Hickey.
Yeah, it was pretty cool conversation. And then he took us on a tour of his collection. We had many technical difficulties during trying to get the iPad working. We found out, since I'm not an Apple person, there's a thing called Center Stage that automatically zooms in on anyone's face. So when you go around your model collection, it thinks it's looking at people and it would zoom in. So if the model collection tour is a little rough in spots, that's why we had to work some stuff out. Yeah, it's all Rod's fault.
Blame it
but
on Rod.
thank you, Rod, for joining us. It was
and we'll
fun.
warn you, it's probably going to be a little long.
This is going to be a long one, pretty long one. So
because Rod likes to talk.
Rod does like to talk, but that's a good thing on a talk show.
Yeah.
Not on the phone with me though. I don't like talking. Except to Scott and Terry. The only people I'll stay on the phone long enough.
Yeah, but you don't talk to Terry.
That's true. I listen.
Okay. Well, let's get that straightened out.
All right. Speaking of getting stuff straightened out, we're going to move emails, voicemails, and corrections up to the front today because there's some stuff I want to make sure everyone sees. But there is one thing. We've had listeners send in some pretty cool things in the past. And this is probably one of the greatest things that anyone has ever sent in. I cannot believe someone even spent the time doing this. I didn't listen to the whole thing. I saw the email sitting in my inbox, and I'm like, I'll wait till we get closer to the show to listen to it because I thought it was going to be just something goofy. And then, holy crap, someone wrote a song, Scott, and performed a song. Like an actual song. And our person, we showed this video on the live stream, and I'm going to show it again here because it'll help make sense of things. And this is from Buford T. Bigfoot, our new fan, maybe an old fan, but he's done a little bit of a resurfacing as of late. So I'm going to play this real fast.
Bigfoot's real and you know that's right. I seen him in the woods on Friday night. Down by the...
Okay. So that came in and we showed that on the live stream. I was like, that's pretty cool. But holy cow, have things taken a turn? Scott, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
And I don't even know, and I know you're going to have to listen to this the way we normally do things. I don't know what to do with this afterwards. So as you're thinking and listening, I'm playing. Here we go. It's almost 4 minutes long. We got to let it go, though. Here we go.
Jason's got the wires hooked real tight, fiddling with the circuits till it's just right. Paintbrush flying like a bird in flight. Model Club TV's on every night. Scott's got the knowledge of 1,000 kits, sitting in the garage where the passion hits. Figures and dioramas amidst the grit. Model Club TV where it all fits. Model Club TV, they make it shine. Chasing on the board, Scott with the mind. Model Club TV is one of a kind. Tune in, watch them both unwind. Jason's fingers painting tales to keep. Robots and soldiers from the deep. Broadcast waves that never sleep. Model Club TV for the won't-be sheep. Scott's wisdom stretches wide and tall. From monsters to heroes, he's seen it all. Garage creations that make us fall. Model Club TV answers the call. Jason dreams in color, see him blend. Every brush stroke, make it all bend. Model Club TV, they make it shine. Chase it on the board, Scott with the mind. Model Club TV, it's one of a kind. Tune in, watch them both unwind. Oh, oh, oh.
Gamashro Keems and Color Seam. Robots and Sturges from the Demo body Yobo from the Demo. Robots and Soper from the Demo body of Under, of Ound, of Ound, of Ound, of Ound.
Jason dreams in colors, see him. Robots and soldiers from the deep. Broadcast waves that never sleep. Model Club TV for the won't-be sheep. Scott's wisdom stretches wide and tall. From monsters to heroes, he's seen it all. Garage creations that make us fall. Model Club TV answers the call. Oh, oh, oh. Chasing dreams in color, see 'em. Oh, oh, oh. Model Club TV, they make it shine. Jason on the board, Scott with the mind. Model Club TV, it's one of a kind. Tune in, watch 'em both unwind. Na 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 na.
What?
You're mute. What?
Are you kidding me?
Well,
Like, you know that scene in the Grinch cartoon where they show the x-ray of his heart growing? That's kind of how I feel right now.
someone
What?
wrote a song about us.
I'm speechless.
So-
I really am.
So this was where?
So Buford emailed this to me along with this email. Well, the band has been really busy so far this new year. Figured Buford's Bigfoot band would do something that maybe you could actually use. Do with it as you like. Heck, toss it in the trash if you want, because we will be churning out #1 hits or shits all year long. I, Buford Bigfoot, own all rights to attached music and give MCTV full use of said material. Until next time, Bigfoot's real, and you know that's right. BB. Dude.
I have a new guess who Buford Bigfoot is.
Okay. Do you want to, or do you want to hold that? Save it
That's
for
up to
later.
you. What do you want me to do?
Let's save it.
Okay.
Let's savor this moment without any speculation. Dude. What do we do with that?
Maybe we need a new opening.
That's what
so we
I'm
can play
wondering.
part of
I'm
it.
so used to that part, but it's like we could use it at the end credits.
That too.
I kind of like having the same opening because it brings me back to like listening to different radio shows. And when you hear that first thing you're so used to, it's like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm ready. I'm much more akin to putting it with the gallery pictures.
Yeah, but every time people are going to get tired of hearing it. But
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like in the beginning, like, I don't know. Buford, Mr. BB, thank you from the bottom of my heart. The fact that anyone put that much effort into anything for us. Like, dude, I'm speechless. Man. I listened to about 4 bars of it until like after the first couple lyrics went in, and I'm like, I stopped it. And I'm like, I'm not going to listen to this until I hear it on the show. Holy cow.
we should sell Model Club TV CDs,
Yeah,
I
I
have
will
it
get.
CD singles.
Maybe we could put it up on the drive for people to download if they want it. I don't think anyone's going to be listening to that in their car.
Dude, if I
but-
pull up next to someone in a car and I hear that shit in the car, okay.
But holy cow, is that good? Wow.
But it was really good, yeah.
Wow. So you have more Buford Bigfoot information.
Well, I don't know that it's Buford.
And so this might be, let me put the picture up, Scott. This came.
This came, okay. This Just so people know, is not cardboard. Okay. Right? This is a metal stick in your lawn thing. Okay. All right. And, and it's big, as you can
Oh.
see. And it came with a note.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me go back to us. You can read that note.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Dear Scott, I believe in you. That's why I am sending you something to let you know how much it hurts me every time I hear you say that you don't believe in me. Harry regards from my winter hideaway deep down in the forests of the Texas Hill Country, where I have been exiled by unbelievers like you. Affectionately yours, S. Squatch.
Oh, this is from S Squatch. So, oh no, maybe there's a family of Bigfoots.
You know, I had an interesting conversation with Paul today
Oh.
about Bigfoots.
Oh no, like a real one?
And I'm like, and Paul was like, well, you know, if there were Bigfoots, wouldn't they be running out of the woods right now in California? And not to make light of what's going on in California, which is horrible, by the way, and our thoughts and prayers to all of those folks. But because what's happening out there is apocalyptic. But and at which point I said, well, at the very least, they're going to find some bones. Okay, so
Not entirely true. Did he bring up that maybe they're interdimensional and that they can teleport out of the woods?
we didn't go there. Didn't go there.
Oh man, what great! Seriously, we have the best fans, and I'm not.
Dude, you should have saw the box this thing came. Okay.
So did it come via UPS? Did it come in a crate? Okay.
And it's in this big tall box. It's all surrounded by like styrofoam padding. Okay. And it's like it could not have been cheap to send.
No.
Okay.
That thing's big.
It was clearly manufactured. Okay.
Big.
So I'm thinking to myself, look, let me save you the time. Okay. Just send cash. Okay. I'm good.
If you're not going to put that up in your yard, I will gladly put it up in my backyard.
I got the Bigfoot blanket. Okay. I've got statues up my ass. I've got
Whoa. That sounds like a good time.
The Bigfoot room deodorizer. I've got
is it Fusilli Jerry that's gone up your ass?
So yeah, it's
1 in a million shot, Doc.
1 in a million. Oh, Fusilli Bigfoot. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, seriously, people, leave the comments down below. I think we might end up moving that to the credits. I don't know. We got to do something with it. It's pretty dang cool. Wow.
Well, you know, what you could do is go through 108 episodes. Okay, with the best, best of Model Club TVs, or how about this? The best of the Model Club TV bloopers, and then have that playing, and then stop it.
Oh man, I wish I was. You know what I should have done is saved all the blooper clips into a drive somewhere instead of. Oh man. All right, let's go on to the other emails. Seriously, I'm blown away. It's crazy. I can't wait to play that for Jamie because that's nuts.
Yeah. Are we doing emails or voicemails?
Yeah, we're going to do emails, voicemails, and corrections now. So I think our next one is we have some other. Why is this not moving? Wait, go. So there we go. Okay. Yeah, we have some voicemails we're going to do first. So let me go.
Yeah. Is that showing? Does that screen show? The screen you're on now, does it show?
No, not on the screen. Not on the show.
Because we don't want the last one on there.
Yeah. No. That's going on.
Okay.
All right. So we have 2 voicemails. First one, here we go. I didn't see a caller ID, but this is a kind of important voicemail. So here we go.
Hey, model clubbers, just a heads up, if you're planning on going to Wonderfest, and it looks like online there are only 3 rooms left in the current block. I don't know if they're going to open any more after that. So if you're on the fence and you want to get your reservation for that hotel in, you got 3 spots left. This is Wednesday, right around 3 o'clock Eastern. But
That was
happy modeling.
That was yesterday that I got that, I think. So, or maybe last week even when it came in. So check. I thought I had reserved my room a couple weeks ago, but I realized I only reserved the table for us. So I didn't manage to get a room. So I would check. If you have not gotten your room yet, definitely go and get that checked in now. You may be out of luck.
And in other Wonderfest news, we've discovered that our table that we share with Jamie Sy will be moved to Dealer Room A.
Yes. So we will not be in Dealer Room B, which many people were upset about on my live stream the other day, because all the new guys who got stuck in there were like kind of looking forward to hanging out together. So there, for people who are looking for some of the newer model kit company people, like Jerry Freyd's going to be in there. Model Dealer Room B, Wonderfest Dealer Room B will have some more model kits in it than normal. So please go check it out in there. We have moved over to Room A. So I don't know what table where we're at yet, but we'll be in there. All right, up next we have a Tucky. I have not listened to it. Here we go.
Happy Boo Year. It's me, John fucking Tucky. That's right. Greetings from the underworld, you fuck. Let's see. 4 years have passed, and this show continues to get worse and worse. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you guys are clueless. What in the fuck is Joe Hampson doing with his free time? Oh, I know. He's updating his spreadsheet so he can track how many kits he hasn't built. 2025. What's to look forward to? Useless trivia about cartoon characters nobody gives a shit about? Scott stuffing food down his gullet? I don't know what's worse, watching Joe Hampson chomp down a slice or watching him struggle with mom jokes every 15 minutes. Scott, you know you're not funny, but right? And if that wasn't enough, you have Beardo on the mic mispronouncing everything under the sun and not knowing who sculpted what. I've never seen a show that has more questions than answers. Good going, guys. Stay informative. Unfortunately, the hobby is getting what it deserves. It reaps what it sows. If I have to see another stupid one-armed bust, I am going to have to pay my old friend Yeager a visit. Well, in closing, I hope the new year puts an end to all of this bullshit, and don't think I forgot the best part of it all. Fuck Johampson, and Jason Walker, too.
They just keep coming. All right, you're still muted, Scott.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm teared up. He does it to me every time. Makes me cry.
Beardo. Mispronunciating everything. Classic.
One arm busts.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
I almost want to know who that is more than I care about who Buford Bigfoot is.
Dude. It's amazing. I love our fans.
I gotta be honest. I'm glad it wasn't Trock. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I would miss it.
Yeah. So. Hey, Tucky, don't die. we need this. We need to be put in our place, and you do it very well, and I appreciate that.
Okay.
All right.
While we're on the subject
of
voicemails.
Yes.
We did get a third voicemail that we chose not to play. And the reason being is it actually had a thread in it, I guess. And it claimed to be someone, and we did reach out to the someone it claimed to be.
Because it sounded pretty much like that person. Like, we didn't know.
It did. But we reached out to that person and asked them, was it you?
And this person is like you just said, is still living. It's not the ghost of
Yeah.
anyone. It's
And
not.
we were informed no, it was not. And which I didn't think it was. I want to go on record here saying I didn't think it was when you first sent it to me and asked me what I thought. I was like, I don't think it's that person. So I think it's someone just trying to stir some shit because what they posted or what they left as a voicemail, it wasn't in fun. It wasn't, it was almost like trying to start crap. And that ain't gonna fly. We're not gonna play them.
Yeah.
So don't
Keep
waste
it-
your time.
Try and keep it funny. And I appreciate the effort. But yeah, what Scott said, it could have started a fight, and I didn't want
No.
that to happen. So
And we're not gonna bash a person maybe because someone else has an agenda to bash a person.
yeah.
Okay. It's not gonna happen.
So yeah, please no hard feelings. We didn't think it would have. Scott and I privately listened to it, so like
No, and we sent it to the person that it claimed to be. So
yeah, we had to double check. There's no way we weren't going to do that.
Yeah. And honestly, if it was that person, I don't think we'd have played it anyway.
Because it would have been
Okay.
it would have been gone against most of what we try to not do on this show.
Right.
So
But again, I'm not saying it was them
Yeah.
because it wasn't. So okay, enough of that.
all right. So speaking of the boxes I sent out to from the giveaways from the holiday show, Brent in Virginia sent me this picture back. This was the box I sent them. It looks like someone crushed it, sat on
They
it,
booted it all the way to
booted it.
California.
Yeah, punted it to California. So, but luckily nothing was broken in that box. So please be careful with your mail and packing. And I had to send something today, and it made seeing this yesterday worried the crap out of me. So, man. All right. And then we will have a couple other ones. And I've showed these before, but I'm going to show them again. But we have an email first from Mike Zizek. This was one that I forgot on the printer when I grabbed my stack on the live show. So it's a little back from then. From Mike Zizek, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year to everyone. A very special shout out to the machine Saul Alvarez for completing 100 paint jobs in a year. Holy cow. And I've done 2, I think. 1 or 2. I haven't tried it
I haven't
yet.
done 100 of my life.
Well,
I thought about it.
You know what's Rod Hickey, very prolific. When we talked to him, he's painted 18 of those creatures, he said, the creature box art.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Oh my God. So he's right up there with Saul. He's painted a lot this year. All right. I haven't tried it yet, but I saw a video somewhere of a modeler using hot glue to fill large gaps before finishing it with putty. Have you tried that before? If so, are there any cons to it? It seems like the glue would not shrink over time, and maybe that would save putty. Yes, I have tried that before, and you're 100% correct. It saves putty. It fills up that gap. You don't have to push. It makes a nice little like backstop. Like if you have a large gap that's really deep, fill it with hot glue, and then put your putty on top of that after it cools down quite a bit. And it does. It saves you putty. That's a great little tip. I think it works perfectly.
And the heat doesn't affect.
No, on a vinyl kit, it might. But if you're just doing a resin or something, I would stick to resin if you're going to do that. A 3D print might get warped because of it's heat sensitive. But if it's a nice solid piece, it's not going to matter. It's not going to make a difference. I am very excited to see some of the upcoming kits this year. What I've seen so far is amazing. Thanks again for all you guys are doing. I really look forward to all the new episodes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's make 2025 a kick-ass year, Mike. Thank you, Mike. That was a great email. Okay. This is another email. This is a jumping off of the live stream of an email we read from him before from Raymond LeGrand. Hi, Jason. Enjoyed the live stream last night. Well, my question about realistic figures garage kit versus 3D print didn't get as much discussion as I had hoped. However, in thinking about it, it seems that more figure kits will be made from 3D printing. Take any scene in a movie with certain actors, and that scene can be recreated in a 3D print. With model kits, a historic scene would be recreated with a generic figure. Think a figure that kind of looked like, say, George Washington. Now, with 3D printing, the figure can be recreated in a historic scene with the face of the actor who played George Washington in a particular movie. Not only historical scenes, but also scenes from movies and TV shows that can be created with 3D prints using the facial features of the actor who played them. In Garage Kits, this was the kit of the monster who uses the features of Boris Karloff. Though a lot of these unique kits will not be as big sellers as some Garage Kits used to, a person's particular favorite movie and especially favorite movie scene can be recreated into smaller produced demand kits. I see the hobby going in this direction, i.e. in times gone by, an Avengers kit would feature a generic Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, and Thor. Today, with 3D printing, an Avengers kit could feature the same characters, but with all the facial features of Mark Ruffalo, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Chris Hemsworth. I see the hobby selling more kits of celebrities in movie or TV roles rather than the classic characters from movies and shows of the past. Enjoyed the show, Raymond LeGrand. Any thoughts?
Well, I agree with him. I have seen that trend that, and it is unfortunate. You don't get a lot of guys sculpting superheroes traditionally. Okay, so when you see them, they do all have likenesses from movies for the most part. Okay, or as I've complained and pissed and moaned about, the ultra realism or the ultra detail rather than just, put the smooth Superman outfit on a muscular figure with a square jaw, Kurt Swan, George Perez looking Superman. But it's always Christopher Reeve, Henry Cavill. Now it'll be the new guy. That horrendous mess. It looks like it's coming. So it's.
I think it looks good for the record again, everyone.
Yeah, of course you do. It'll be on your model and movie show.
It will, I think. Brian's a big Superman guy. But I think he's right. You do have the technology now to pretty much make anything. And I think that's a cool thing. And because before you were limited to your pose was kind of limited by your casting ability. And now you don't have to worry about that. And I think when it comes to being like this Venom that I showed before, that's pretty cool to be able to print something like that with that kind of pose. And it has, like I said before, it hasn't sagged to do more realistic poses than what has happened before. So I think he's right about a lot of things.
When you look at someone like our buddy who's done almost 300 kits of cartoon characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, Tucky's spinning in his grave again.
You would never see them all done. Okay. Or now you have your choice. You can go buy the STL and print it, or have someone print it, or have some chump print it for you. And but it kind of goes to everyone's taste. Now the downfall is selling the STL gets pirated, so there's a lot that goes into that as well. But again, it's a different world.
Yeah, things.
And I still like a good clay sculpt as well. And certainly, I'm almost going to go out on a limb, and I'll probably piss some digital guys off here, but I think sculpting in clay probably takes a little more talent than sculpting digital, or a different talent.
That's a different talent.
Okay. Now, if you can do both, and you take a guy like Tony Cipriano who's done both, because he was, I think, trained in sculpting in clay, that's how he builds his figures as he does them. Where a lot of guys will take a hand or a face or a figure and just modify it. You've ever seen Tony's how-to videos? Nope, you've got a glob here, and then legs, and then arms and hands and fingers. He sculpts it all every time.
I as I was driving around the other day, I was I had this email in my brain and I was kind of thinking about some things. And back to some of the arguments we had with Paul about the death of the hobby and all that kind of stuff. And I really don't think it's dying. And I said this a million times, it's changing. And I always go back to vinyl records because vinyl records were dead. They were gone. And now they're doing better than they have in the last 30 years. And it's because of the packaging and the art, and you get to hold the thing. Where I really think, and this is, you could check me in 10 years, where I really think the hobby's going is I think traditional resin kits are going to go away. And all of that is going to be replaced with 3D prints. I think the plastic model kit is going to be around and get better. Because there's all these X Plus kits that I have up here. The Creature, the Grim Reaper from Mobius, the Halloween, the X Plus stuff. That stuff I think has gotten so much better. And when I go back to like even Games Workshop and Citadel plastic model kits, there's nothing, and even what I did on the live stream the other day with the Cave Bear, when I started doing this, nothing beats sitting down with a boxed model kit and getting out your sprue cutters and some glue and clipping parts. It's like putting a puzzle together for me. It's like, I just like sitting there looking for the part number, looking it up, finding it, clipping it, gluing it together, sanding a little bit. It's so therapeutic for me. Like
So,
that's,
You needed the instructions for that cave bear.
I did. There's the base is weird. The base is weird, but I'm talking like even my garage, like the Ultraman that X Plus put out, the radio tower in there is crazy detailed, and there's nothing that will ever replace putting together a plastic model kit for me. And I got in an argument with Warhammer people about this when they were talking about how much better 3D printing is than buying an army from Citadel and putting those miniatures together. Yes, it's cheaper, but not a lot of these people that were saying that don't think about the waste that it recreates, what you do with your alcohol, what you do with your wash and cure station. They're just like, oh, I print minis, I print minis, I print minis. But they don't think about the gloves. They don't think about all the other stuff where you could just grab a box off your shelf, like I have back there, of hundreds of minis to just clip and glue and put together. And it's the same with plastic models. So I really think plastic models are going to kind of be the vinyl records of the hobby and get more elaborate boxes, cool packaging, cool, like just that. It's still a model kit. Whereas the garage kit side of it is going to go more 3D printing. And I think that's okay because I love putting together plastic models. I love it. I do it almost every day, putting miniatures. And that's where nice. I kind of see it going.
Was it last weekend when we did our little hobby store run?
Yeah.
Remember, I asked the one guy, is it only old people that are buying plastic models now? And he said, no, the young people are buying them now.
Yeah.
And years ago, it wasn't that. They would answer, yeah, pretty much people over 50,
Yeah.
So it's nice to hear that that is happening, whatever the genre. If it's ships, if it's Gundam, if it's figures.
Gundam
it's cars,
is huge right now. Huge. And even some of the miniature people are starting, the people have been putting together plastic miniatures. I noticed Louise over on Rogue Hobbies. She just put together a beautiful Gundam and painted it like miniature style. And it's amazing. And like, this was the first time she's ever put together a Gundam kit, but it's the same thing. It scratches that itch of model building. And I'm okay with that. I'm happy painting 3D prints. But if you're going to put out a garage kit, you're going to have to start competing with those boxed model kits, because if I can get the same thing printed cheaper, I don't know. It's a problem that eventually solves itself, I think, but I don't know. Hobby talk.
Well, the good thing is, to me, and so far anyway, you see the stuff like Mark Worthling's doing, Paul's doing, a lot of stuff that Jaeger's doing, and that's not stuff you see in the 3D realm.
No.
Okay, so far it's a separate thing. I think part of that problem is this: most of your 3D sculptors are not baby boomers or monster kids.
No, and see, again, you're right. it's falling. I've fallen in the middle of things again, and it's driving me crazy. So for people who don't know, a lot of the way Patreons work is you have to vote on what the next characters are going to be that the sculptor sculpts. And so most people in there are now younger than me, and they pick characters that I'm either sick of seeing or I have no idea what they are from some anime or some comic book movie, something that I don't want. Whereas in the Garage Kit stuff, it was always super classic 60s and before that stuff. And us Gen Xers are stuck in the middle again, scraping by. And it's, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird time.
Make your own shit, bitch.
I am. So something's coming. If it ever gets made. Something's coming. We're making an add-on piece, me and two other people. An add-on piece to another kit that's out there. That's another 3D printed one.
It's a strap-on piece.
It is a strap-on piece.
Use a strap-on piece in your mom.
All right. From Chuck Homoka. Happy New Year.
You know what? That's uncanny. What? You sound just like her. Oh.
What was that? 2 mom jokes in the matter of what? 30 seconds? Not even.
Whatever. I got to get it out of my system.
All right. Get them out. All right. Happy New Year from Chuck Homoka. Your live stream was awesome. I figured it was a new year, so it would be fun to revisit the past for a bit. I was lucky to get the first issue of Nightmares in Plastic, and what to my amazement, but there was a great article all about Jason Walker. And to top it off, there was an outstanding picture of him in his early years. It's not really my early years. It was the later, kind of the middle years of all this. But yes, early years because I look younger. But this email is not just for Jason. I figured I would send these pictures of an article about a King Kong kit that was in Model Time magazine. I was wondering if he had seen this before. That's about it. Keep up the great work, Chuck Homoka. So I think I did show this before, but I'm going to show it again because Chuck sent it in. This was the magazine that Rainer Engel and Mike Falsigno put out. And I was lucky enough to be asked to do it. He did one with Steve Riojas. But to see my name there with William Paquette and Moses is just like in Forbidden Zone.
How many issues were there?
Like,
3?
I think 3. Not many. There was a 0, a 1, and a 2, I think.
Okay.
But, and I don't want to feel like I'm stealing any ideas or anything, but I feel like we're kind of a spiritual successor to what this magazine was going to do, which was kind of focus on some of the hobbyists and the modelers in the community and not so much producers and stuff. So they did do a modeler spotlight, which we're doing today with Rod Hickey. And again, it's not always the David Fishers and like the super famous guys. I want to get down to more of the street level hobbyist guys once in a while. Here is, that's me without a beard. Let's see. Let me go in.
And a little hair creeping in.
A little hair. Yeah, I had more hair back then, actually.
You sure that's not your dad? It looks a lot like your dad.
Oh, you shut up. You shut up. No, this was, I think, 2006-ish, 7-ish. I don't quite, wait, is there a year on this? Issue number 1. No, I don't see the year. Yeah, I was about there. So that's cool. I really like that.
Doing your best, Leon.
All right. And then here's the Kong kid he's talking about.
Yeah, that's not Kong.
Have you seen this before? What is that?
Now that's a good question.
What is that?
I mean, I should, because somebody sculpted this.
Yes. And it's
it looks like somebody sculpted the head and the arms and somebody else sculpted the body, but I mean,
that dead dinosaur on the base is really nice. The figures are really nice. But from the neck up, if you sculpted this, please message us. I'd love to talk to you.
I would too, because I want some whatever you were taking when you sculpt. No, see, I'll get in trouble.
Oh, man. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Ouch. All right. That's the emails. Let's move on to news and reviews, Scott. All right. First up, someone mentioned this over on the painting stream that I was doing, that Monster Scenes reactivated its Facebook page. Which means, and if you read their post, this is their banner up at the top. If you read their post, time to resurrect this page. Big things gonna grab you this year. So, new monster scene kits coming? Perhaps. And then if you head on over there as well, there is a 2025 downloadable PDF calendar that you can have for free. So, Monster Scenes Facebook, I'll put a link up down below. Thoughts, Scott? Monster Scenes?
You know, when I was a kid, I had a couple of them. I had the Frankenstein and the table. I always thought was cool, and you could play with these, which was kind of cool too. But it wasn't a series that ever grabbed me. I don't even own the reissues. You know, but I mean, I like them for what they were, and but you know, the line never did a lot for me.
I could see if they did these super detailed, kind of like the X Plus ones, but just smaller scale, and make little mini, like little diorama scenes. Monster Scenes people, come talk to me. I'll help you out. Like do really highly detailed, like 1/10 scale. Is that what these were? What scale were they?
Yeah, they were small.
They were smaller than the normal Aurora. So if you do that, get the same kind of model plastic technology that Citadel's using, and do some super detailed, crazy little plastic model kits, I'm all in for that. All in for that. Not this lady. This looks like she's the stiffest lady in the world. Oh, man. So, who knows?
Maybe she's a doll. Maybe.
Not touching that.
Dr. D.
Not touching. All right. From Roberto Von Bear. I saw him post this over on the Shillfoot forum the other day. Memphis Belle. And this thing, talk about your traditional clay sculpture.
Yeah.
Man, this is sweet. When you look at this sculpture just straight in, just as a sculpture, how sweet is this thing? Let me go full screen so we can appreciate it a little more. I'm going to go through these pictures. But just the detail in that stool, that little railing thing, the jewelry, the dress,
again,
the corset.
This lends the question: if this was a 3D render, it wouldn't be anything to print that jewelry. Okay?
No.
Where someone casting this thing, that jewelry is going to be I mean, this has to be pressure cast no matter what, you know, and it's
right. But there's one thing. Are you looking at? Can you get to the picture where it's just her booty with her thigh?
Oh yeah, the texture.
Okay. So yeah, we always talk about how in 3D printing, the texture you can get on clothing, and look at that. That's fantastic. He got it right in there. It looks like actual cloth. So it's, man, this thing is just a marvel to look at. I think it's beautiful.
The only thing I didn't see is who's going to sell this kit.
I didn't see that either.
Okay.
I didn't see that either. But man.
But yeah, it is a really nice kit.
Well done, Roberto. This is really cool. There's one thing I do want to talk about. I don't know if we've ever talked about this before. I have a thing for noses a little bit. Like I have a specific nose look that I like on women. And this is kind of there. It's close. I like a very English kind of big nose. I don't know.
I'd like to give you a very fucking big nose.
All right.
Give you a Mike Tyson nose.
Hey, stop him so mean. All right, here we go. Web window. Let's start the New Year sales outright with one of our largest resin kits ever. This is from our Kit Kong Model Mansion Resurrected series, quarter scale, over 20 inches tall. Scott, who is this from?
I believe Tony sculpted this.
No. Who's the company putting it out again now?
Oh, this is Dean Millerman.
Dean Millerman. Cyclops resin model kit. This unpainted 8-piece model kit retails on Etsy for $325. Normally, I sell it here for $275 plus shipping, but for the month of January 2025, This large kit is on sale for $250. That's a pretty nice deal. Free shipping. Free shipping applies only to the lower 48. Base and torso are rotocast hollow, and all other parts are solid resin. You are purchasing an unpainted, unassembled resin model kit that you put together and paint. More pictures to come of the unpainted kit, sculpted by Tony Cipriano, painted by James Niemiec. I hope I said that right. And there's the ruler picture showing you it is 20 and a half inches tall. So check that
20
out.
and 9/16.
You picky little bastard.
You know, but you can't read a ruler as an art teacher. Surprised you didn't say it's 20 and 9 little lines inch tall.
Sometimes I do that. I do
bet
that. I know my rulers though at this point. I'm getting better. So
Yeah?
we have this, and then
What's half of 20 and 9/16?
I have no idea.
10 and 9/32. Idiot.
So mean to me. Also from Dean Millerman, more Kit Kong re-releases. One more January 2025 sale. 3 more resin model kits from the Kit Kong Model Mansion Resurrected series. 1 6-scale bust with bases, unassembled and unpainted resin model kits that you put together and paint. King Kong is $125. The Wolfman is $125, and the Creature is $125 with a tan base. Can be made clear tinted blue base for $145. Purchase all 3 busts, regardless what base you order with the Creature kit, for only $22.99.99. Free shipping. I love these commercial style reads. Free shipping, lower 48 only, painted by James Niemiec, sculptures by Jeff Yeager. More pictures to come. So I do have the individuals. It's a really nice Wolfman likeness there on that. And then
I have the Wolfman and the Creature.
do you? Why don't you have this Kong, Scott?
That's not Kong.
So there's all 3. I think I saw this kit in Rod's cases when we were looking through there. I think that's in there. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, 3 more Jeff Yeager busts. Links will be down below for all of this, so check it out. All right. And then, Scott, you can take this while I push buttons.
So, although he's done these individual, I think these are different, or they're going to be smaller STLs. And this is the last of the Wacky Races maquettes as far as the drivers. And this is the Anthill Mob. And this is all 7 of them on a base. And I like how he did the Anthill Mob in Godfather font. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
I did not. Oh,
like
yeah, there. Yes.
Godfather font. Okay. And that's
That's
a really
pretty nice
cool
touch.
way to display these. Yeah. And
I like that the base, let's see, it looks like a little cityscape, like a little building as the pedestal.
I'm not sure. It's like brick on the back.
Oh, maybe it is brick, like a brick wall. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Cool piece.
But another fun piece. And I think that's available from Well.
Okay.
And there you go.
Then we have. All right, up next, we have from Scott, is it Brokaw putting this out or Yeager?
Brokaw.
Okay, Brokaw. From Mark Brokaw, we have the first release in Yeager's framed art display series, Bella, is now available and will start shipping next week. The display is 20 inches by 16 inches, comes in 8 resin parts. Pen light requires 2 AAA batteries, not included, and the hardware to hang the display. Price is $250 plus $35 shipping. Contact me, Mark Brokaw, if interested or for shipping costs out of the 48 states. The head, left hand, and right forearm with hand are held in place with magnets and can be removed for shipping a buildup. So look at this. Scott, what do you think, man?
I like the idea.
I do too.
A little big for me. But kind of cool.
I like that it hangs on a wall. Like it's a The size kind of gets it out of the way if it's on the wall.
I'll tell you what was fun is watching as he was molding this thing, watching the artist at work.
Yeah.
Was pretty amazing.
One of my favorite little touches in it is how that bat wing goes over the frame. I love it.
But I'm kind of with him. I can't wait to see a painted one.
Yeah, I want to see a painted one too. And I think that's a pretty good price for how big it is and what you get. And a killer likeness too. Really nice likeness. All right, I just want to refresh. We showed this on the live stream. Bring it back up again. You called down the thunder from Sweet Life, the Wyatt Earp. Quarter scale bust, 170. Link will be down below again. Great paint up. Another great kit in their Tombstone series. There's the 11-part breakdown. And as Scott reminded us on the live stream, be very careful with the holsters. They will break.
Yeah. Well, either that or I'm just a house ape.
Oh, my money's on house ape.
Your money would be on house ape. You couldn't spell house ape if I spotted you house.
Househ. Oh, see, I screwed it up.
See? Prove me right.
Oh, man. Oh, I screwed
Well, that
it
didn't
up.
take what? 3 seconds?
10 seconds to prove you right. I know. All right.
I will say I've seen some buildups of this already.
Cool.
And I don't want to take anything away from anybody's paint job, but the likeness on this thing is so good it almost paints itself.
Nice.
I mean, it's really well done.
Awesome. All right. That is news and reviews and emails. We're going to jump right into our interview with Rod Hickey. I want to thank Rod for
Hickey.
Yeah, Hot Rod Hickey. He I want to say right up front, and I told him this in there, but I'm going to say it again. I want to thank Rod for always sending in stuff. I don't think there's only been a few episodes where he's forgot to send something for the gallery at the end. He paints so many kits that he always has something to show. So thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. We appreciate everything you're doing out there for modeling, and a great little interview and a great little display room tour. Okay. And studio, because he works right there in that room. He shows us his little spray booth as well. So here we go. Rod Hickey, everybody. Hello, we are back with Rod Hickey. Thank you for joining us, Rod. How are you, sir?
Great.
First, I want to say thank you for being probably our most prolific painter for the end credit gallery stuff. Thank you for constantly sending stuff in to me. There's always something from you, and I love it.
Oh, okay.
So thanks for keeping doing that.
Try to do something once a week. I can say I'm always, going through it all. Like you say, I sent you a bunch. I did all those the last 3 weeks.
Wow.
And then
talk about that real quick up front. We're trying to do this year. We're going to do a little bit more viewer spotlights, listener spotlights on collections of people and stuff. So we're starting that off with you. We did it a couple with some people in the past, but I want to do more
Joe,
of it.
I spelled out with Joe too.
Yeah. So we're starting here with you. You've got a great collection. We're going to kind of do a little walkthrough of, but I want to ask you some questions and just get to who you are. What part of the country are you in? Where are you at?
Basically Portland, Oregon, the good old Portland Trailblazers. when they don't lose all the time lately. So, but anyway.
Are you part of that swamp meat group that was
we started back with me and Phil Cuppa and some of the other people and stuff. Yeah. We bring in you guys don't know, Mark Brokaw comes, Mark Caitlin comes, Charlie Badgett, I believe his name. He's works for a special effects company out in Scappoose, which is about 40 miles away, a big FX company. I can't remember their name. And Brokaw used to bring his people from Leica, would come and stuff too. George Stevenson showed up one year. I was helping him do some castings with Brokaw and Bradley at their shop, and we coordinated a get together with them. We had probably in the neighborhood of about close to 40 show up. The most we've ever had is 56.
That's pretty cool. And
then my real good friend Mike Keller, he usually have it at his house because he's always adding on to his house, and we'll do a show from his house, and I'm telling you guys, it will blow you away.
Okay.
Just in IKEA cases alone, guess how many he has scattered? Just take a guess.
Okay. 20.
103.
What?
Yeah.
I thought my 12 was a lot. And
No, I have probably, I don't know how many I got here, but I'm not, that's just them. And he actually built another room off of his other model display room that's like 18 by 18 and it's already full.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable what this guy has.
Okay.
And he's got statues. You ever heard of J&D?
Yeah, I think so. Wait.
Yeah, they're quarter scale lifelike with glass eyes, teeth, hair. They all,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
these are like $3,000 plus
Yeah.
pop statues. Yeah, they're beautiful. Yeah.
Wow.
He has quite a few of those too. But anyway.
Well, that's kind of cool to have that many people in the area that can kind of
Yeah.
get together.
Yeah, it's kind of like, see, we're planning on doing another one here. We did one in, I believe it was early October, late September. We did one. We try to do them about every 3 to 4 months. So we're due for another one here. So get together. But yeah, we generally rule of thumb. We probably have 25 to 30. Mike and I always bring in pizza and drinks for everybody.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Are you still employed? Are you retired? Where are you at in life?
I've been retired for actually 6 years.
Excellent.
As of December 26th was 6 years with me. I worked for Allstate for 30 years. I was in the claims division, and I did adjusting the first 7 years of my life, and then I became a manager of their what they call preferred shop program, where you take your cars to the body shops and they work on them, and I go in and police them. So anyway.
Are you a big car guy? You know a lot about cars from that? Or is it?
Yeah, my dad was huge into racing and stuff, drag racing. My uncle was a big super stock driver, did very well. Also, way back in the days, the late mid 60s, that kind of stuff. Like Riverside, California racing there. You know what I'm talking about, the pro stock.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
So you're building figure models and not car models. What the
That's
heck?
what I was just going to.
Dude, you guys, like you say, I used to build, my brother and I, we're all 2 years apart. I have a sister that's 4 years younger than my brother and then me. And like I say, I'm 66. And so what was funny is that about building and stuff is my dad's good friend had a little grocery store. You know how little towns have 2 or 3 little grocery stores, kind of like 7-Elevens, that kind of size of a store. Anyway, so they had their little model corner and their magazine corner, and he loves the salmon fish, so they would go out in the river because Scappoose, where I grew up, which is, like say, about 40 miles from here. It's on the river, basically like Portland, except down the river, Portland. And we would go in there and pick a model. And, when you opened up the instructions, it always had their other models you could check off in the back to collect. So we would check the models we want, like Aurora, the Frank, all that. I got Frightening Lightnings way back is what I have. And anyway, so we would get them for cost, 39 cents or whatever it was. So, and we got, all the Tom Daniel kits we would buy, the Auroras and all that stuff. Never got into planes, that kind of thing like that. Just all the custom hot rod cars, all that stuff. And like I say, then I did the Aurora stuff, which I found I dug them out of my mom's umpteen years ago before they moved. And I actually, I still have quite a few of them. She sold everything. She had a big garage sale and put, like 25 cents on everything. And, and we had, my brother and I probably had in hot rod cars, I would say close to 200 in our room. So,
and how old were you at this time?
Well, like you say, I was born in 58. So, we probably started probably when I was about second grade, maybe third grade.
And to have, wow, to have 200. That's great. That is really cool to hear. So
you did it. Well, what else do you do? You do that until you get it. You get old enough where you can get a car, and then you go after chasing the girls and all that stuff. But
that is everybody's story that comes on. Is they start.
Yeah, that's all I had. If you're familiar with them, I used to have 366 Chevelle Super Sports. I had those. I had a 69 RSSS Camaro. I had a 69 Corvette. And I had a 70 Chevelle SS. And I still have, that I got from one of my friends, was in storage, a 67 Camaro Rally Sport, custom deluxe interior, automatic, 327 4-belt air conditioning car. And the only thing it doesn't have is power windows. And it only has 81,000 miles on it. And I worked on that off and on for about 10 years. It's a turnkey car now, but I still have to do some body work and stuff on that. But it's one of those cars that never got rotted. It's all original, clear down to the floor mats, and even the one in the trunk is still there. And the original 4-ply tire from the factory.
If you're really bored, I have a car you could work on if you want. It's an amazing Scion XB from 2012.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Scion XB. My nephew had one of those when they first came out.
That's my normal everyday car. Look at Scott. Look at Scott right now because he knows.
Well, one good thing about them, they have a Toyota Corolla engine in them. They'll run forever.
Oh, that's not true.
This one.
Oh,
That's not true. Because if you run it for a day,
oh God. You got to put oil in it, Jason.
he puts plenty of oil in it now, Rod.
Oh God.
I can't say anything. Scott can tell you what happened, but
okay. Yeah, I know. Like I say, I was very fortunate. Like I said, I grew up around cars, been around cars, and got to help the boy with the cars, and
that's
that
cool. That is really cool.
That was his era, was the Fast and Furious stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. The rice burners, which we call
them. Yes.
Well, Jason's now driving an oil burner.
That's what it is.
He pulled up to my house.
Did you overheat it? Let me ask you, was it overheated? Is that what happened?
Jason, turn your volume down. Just turn your volume down for a minute. Just turn your volume down.
No, I can edit. She can't hear you.
Oh, she can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So his gal pal used his car one day and drove it in low all fucking day, Rod.
Is it an automatic?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You cooked this. First of all, you cooked the transmission and then probably overheated it. And the reason it's using oil is because you overheated it and you effed up the rings.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
it's a bucket. I put a bucket of oil in there every 3 weeks.
This is unbelievable. This story I'm going to tell you. My sister, I found her a 71 LT1 Camaro loaded.
Oh, wow.
Just immaculate. It was in storage. Got it for a song and a dance for like about $2,500. And this is back in about 1980. Okay. So it'd been in storage. So I told her, I said, this is what I got to do. I said, I'm going to replace all the hoses. I'm going to replace all the belts. And I'm going to take, drain the oil and stuff out of it and the water. And you'll be ready. I mean, this was immaculate. This car was like off the showroom floor.
Yeah.
Anyway, needless to say, I tore it all apart, got all the stuff off of it. And guess what my sister does? She freaking comes home from something with her friends, jumps in her car, starts it up, and drives it 12 miles to work. No belts, no hoses, no oil. And
I'm surprised it went 12 miles.
Oh, it's a Chevy, 350. So anyway, get this. So I come home and I go, what the? And I thought somebody stole it. I'm like, what in the heck? And so, needless to say, I called my sister because she at her work, and I go, "Are you there with your car?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, I just had to shut the hood and jump in." I said, "Shannon, there is no oil, no water, no belts, no hoses on this car. I said, you probably, you actually made it there with no noises. So anyway, I took all my stuff. I drove to work. I put all the stuff in it, fired it up, watered everything.
Fine.
Ran
Wow.
like a kitten and purred like a kitten. I am not.
Mine does too. Mine
I
purrs.
expected it, never used it. I expected it. No oil. It just, yeah. And
mine purrs like the Tin Man. That's
No,
what
your fucking growls like a coyote.
like 4 years, and she sold it. Never had a problem. Never.
Oh,
used
that's
oil,
awesome.
Never did nothing.
Ah,
Crazy.
cars. All right, back to model kits.
Got it.
So, how did you get into garage kits from all that stuff as a kid? When did you pick it back up, and when did you start this prolific collection and painting you do?
I gotta say, we were going into the boy got into. We started doing comics. He's 42 now.
Okay,
I think. I'm horrible with age, but anyway, sake of argument, 40. Let's say that. And anyway, we were going. Just comics had taken off. You know what I'm saying? They were popping up everywhere. Dark Horse is actually just about 4 miles from my house, their main hub and all that stuff. And so anyway, I went in a couple of these comics, and here were these Horizon models. And I looked at them and I went, what the heck is this? And I'm going, there was one put together, the Hulk, Horizon Hulk, sitting there. And actually, he's a good friend of mine now, had done it. And he goes, and I looked at it and I go, and they were, $24.95. I said, I'm going to buy it. So I bought it, took it home, and I looked at it and I go, okay, read the instructions. And I went, because I used to be, like I say, I was telling you guys earlier, I used to build when I was a kid, all the way up till I got cars and stuff. So I was like, I never seen this before. So I got it, and I used, and I thought, well, you know what? I'll just use 2-part epoxy to glue, put the arms together.
Yeah.
And it squeezed out, and I kind of wiped it off, and then I ended up sanding it, down, and it just kind of took off from there. And I still have it. But I repainted it.
Oh, darn it. I was hoping you didn't. I was hoping you didn't.
No, I did there's a green one, and I did another one, a gray, to do the Gray Hulk.
Cool.
So anyway, I started doing them, and next thing you know, I got pretty good friends with the owners of Dark Horse, Mike Richardson, John Richardson, and the other owner. I can't think of his name. But anyway, needless to say, I started displaying them in the store to help, sell sell the stuff. And then they had like probably 5 stores around town, Portland area and stuff. So I kind of had them mixed here, and it just kind of took off from there. And then all of a sudden, Randy Bowen, he was working for Dark Horse. And so I ended up, talking with him a few times and this kind of stuff. And that's when he had done like the Frankenstein in the chair where he's going like this. Well, anyway, I did that, got it, and did it, and displayed it. And they didn't have any done, and they were just getting into their own model kits. And I displayed it, and next thing you know, I got all these. I come back in the store. We got like 5 people that want. I built 19 of those Frankensteins, and here's what my motto was. They'd go to me. They'd go, "Well, I want it just like the one in the case." And I said, "Okay, here's what it is. When I'm done with it, if you don't like the one I'm done with, you can have the one in the case." Guess how many people took the one in the case?
All of them? 0?
Zero.
Right.
0. So anyway, and that's how I got in real good in with Dark Horse and all that, and why I know so much about all of their products and all of that stuff. And
those Dark Horse models were pretty cool for the time.
Yeah.
Fragile as they were pretty cool to have.
Yeah, they, like I say, when they came out with them, but they were, like you say, the Frankenstein. And what happened was, you probably guys don't know, I may have told Scott, but the Frankenstein monster was stolen along with the Predator. Do you remember his Predator?
Mm-hmm.
Originally, it came out in vinyl with a different base, and it debuted at Chillerfest with a t-shirt in the box. And when I went to China to get done in the cold cast, it disappeared.
Of course.
Yeah. And so he ended up making a new base for it, which has the rock and the little brick wall in the back.
Yeah.
And I have an original in the box still from way back. But
Oh, wow.
originally they did 100 of them with T-shirts and gave them away or sold them at Wonderfest. Not Wonderfest, but Chillerfest.
Chiller.
Way back in the day. And so I ended up with doing stuff with Dark Horse and Mike Richardson, the owner, which he sold it last year. And he's still tied in with them, but he is a huge model collector. And my good friend Terry Smith he's done a lot of kits for him. And I've done, probably a couple dozen, but Terry's done a ton of them. Terry Smith, his name is. So, and he's a few years older than me.
I'm loving the cinematic camera that keeps following your face around. It's pretty cool. Scott, question? Anything?
Anything. Shoot me.
Oh, I'd love to.
Shoot him.
Remember, Wonderfest is coming up.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
get
true.
you back.
So, no, when I was listening, you saw the Horizon Hulk. And to me,
Yes.
the Horizon Hulk was the first good model they put out. I mean, the first sculpt that was just a little better, and
It's bigger than 1/6. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then they started with their second run of Universal, the Frankenstein and the Creature.
Oh, those were they were.
But
the
that's when
Creature
they started to turn to some better stuff. Now you still have their Doctor Dooms and Dark Phoenixes that were crap.
Yeah,
but that's when
their Venom. That Venom is a nice piece with the mouth and the tongue.
The Venom is a good
That's one of
piece.
my favorites of all time.
It's sitting over here too.
Yeah,
but
man,
some of their stuff was so bad. Their Thor was terrible.
Thor? Yeah, he's over there too.
And,
we'll see him in a minute.
Probably I would say close to almost every one built. And I have done every one. I know that because I used to do when I did the build like Jurassic Park. I did like 4 sets of the 4s for their stores to sell, and those sold like hotcakes, dude.
Oh man,
they were just insane.
That Hulk kit though, I remember it being in my hobby store in the case. It was in Don's Hobby World in the case for a long time.
Was it?
And it's fun, because it's such a great.
30, it's a nice sculpt.
I was just gonna say it is such a great example of what a garage kit, vinyl kit, like for the time, it was amazing. When you walked in a hobby store and you saw that thing sitting in the case, you're like, "What is that? That is awesome to see."
Yeah.
And it's great that it was. To
what
hear
was
that
nice
it's other
about
places.
it is because that was the first figure kit. So then I branched out and I'm like, oh well, let me get this resins from the Grave kit. And I'm like, oh my god, what happened here? And that was, I did mostly vinyl. I got my hands on because there was no real cleanup. There was cut, trim, glue, a little bit of A and B epoxy putty and sand, and dude, you were painting the next day. It wasn't.
I'm trying to think.
Months.
What was your first resin kit? Was it a vinyl resin from the Grave? Scott, what was yours?
I'm going to have to really think on that.
Because I think mine, because I would like same thing. I was buying all the Horizon vinyls, all the Screamin' vinyl. And I think my first resin was the Michael Burnett Faust. Because I bought because it's one of my favorite comics. And they had the bust and then him standing on the triangle base that lit up. It had the vacuform lights.
The demon, the hideous sun demon. My friend Mike's got it. I gave it to him after I did it. He has it. But yeah, I think it was the hideous, and I think that was resins from the Grave. Maybe it's got a little brick wall, and he's kind of standing like this.
Yeah, resin from
is that it? Is that resin from the Grave?
Probably some Mike Park Super Deformed.
Really? Okay.
Early.
Yeah, I've got a few of those little the Dracula and some other ones. I wished I would have got them way back, but I didn't originally go to Wonderfest until I'm thinking like 92 or 93. Mark Caitlin, I went with him and we met Al, which had passed away a few years ago. Roberto, is that how you say his last name?
Al Roberto. Well, how did you say his last name? It was
Roboiro.
Roboiro. That's it.
Okay, that's it. Yeah. So we used to get the bar. Do you remember the days when the bar was in there?
Yes.
Still?
Yeah. Yep.
So we would get the bar and put the stuff up on the bar. And what was funny is they never turn off the pop dispenser, so we could just pour our own Cokes and stuff. But yeah, that's
the glory days of the old Wonderfest hotel were
when it used to look like a bar when you walked in there. It was
like an old chalet somewhere with the red seats and wood paneling. It was so good.
Yeah. And we went the last time I was there was
And the medieval looking sconces everywhere.
Yeah.
So-
Janice I believe the last year I went was before I started going again. Late 90s when Janice did their deluxe Dracula kit with the girl.
Yeah. Okay.
That was probably I went like 5 years in a row there, and then that was it until about, I think this will be my 7th year going back.
Okay.
In a row. We had COVID that screwed everything up, but I went to go and I ended up. This is how I met Worthling.
We're sorry. We're sorry.
Yeah, I know. Brokaw and I were. I've known Brokaw since way back when dinosaurs ruled the earth. When he used to put in wall heaters. But anyway, so that's when I had met him and Mark, and they used to do stuff together way back in the day. And anyway, he was going to go, and then something came out but didn't go. And so he says, well, I got this good friend that'll be there. His name's Mark Worthley, and I've kind of did some stuff with him. I'm sure he won't mind that you're still going to come and stuff. So, okay, great. So that's how it was. And boom, Shannon and I and Mark, we hit it off really well. And it's been the same go every year. I always help them load and, unload and set up and all that stuff. And it's been a really good time. They're very, very nice people.
Well, she is.
I know Mark's I always got to tell him he's got to put down the crack pipe, stick with the pot, because it's legal up in my neck of the woods, but I don't know about down there in Florida. So
well, anyway. Let me tell you something. That ain't the only crack he's interested in. Anyway.
Wow.
Getting dark here, fella.
What do you want to do first? Do you want to take us in a tour of your room, or do you want to talk about some of your favorite kits that you sent in?
Whatever you guys want to do. I'm easy.
Let's go on a quick tour. Let's do the tour. Let's take us around if you can. Let's see how this works. All right, everybody. We had some major technical difficulties. We had to learn how to turn off center stage on an iPad. Yeah. So we're back. All right, Rod's going to walk us through. Rod, you don't have to name everything. You could kind of do some highlights if you want. And
or you guys yell. You guys yell, and I'll say something.
Yeah, pick out your favorites and do that too. You could do that.
Okay.
So so Rod's going to walk us through some of his collection. He's got a lot. So we're just going to kind of do a glancing blow on everything.
Okay. So we've got the old Harryhausen clock there from Mark Brokaw. There's Worthling's Dracula. There's a Screaming Dracula back there. There is these.
Wait, hold on. There's a new thing wrong.
Oh, no. What's it doing
There's
now?
a little hand in the middle of your screen. Like a mouse cursor or something. Do you see that?
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, no, that's me. Never mind.
Oh. Okay. All right. We'll go across the top. Yell if you want to ask. Yell.
Okay, go.
How we looking?
Back up a little bit.
All right.
Back her up.
Yep. And then angle up a little. There you go. Perfect. Now, that's some cool pieces. You got some Worthling stuff in there. The creature box art.
Yep.
Wolfman box art's in there. Nice.
Yep. Here's Werewolf of London.
Out of the box art ones that you've done, what was your favorite one you've done so far?
Oh, I hate to say it, but I love it. The Creature from the Black Lagoon. I built 14 of those in that style. Worthling even has one. That's where it got started with him.
So you sent me some pictures of that. I'll get it in there.
Okay, yeah.
I'll show you that later.
And that actually went into a Macy figure modeler too.
Cool. All right, angle up just a little bit. There we go. A little more there.
Okay.
Cool.
If I see another one of creature skeleton hands, I'll scream.
There you go.
Awesome. You got the Christmas heads. Get your Harry and the Hendersons. Nice. Oh, can you get in on that Cathoga a little bit? I'd love to see that. Nice.
It's kind of dusty, but that's the old by Bagley Bones.
Hogan Bones. Is it Hogan Bones?
Hogan Bones.
Yeah.
I picked that up when it debuted at, what was it, Comic Con? They were where the hell was it? No, Mad Modeler's Party.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
I bought it there when it debuted. They brought them there, and then Monsters in Motion took it over.
Man, that is a cool piece.
Yeah, I took some of my wife's or our dog, the hair on top, Pomeranian, blonde colored one.
On my little was it who put up Ravel? Did they do the little one? Who put
Yeah,
out
I've
the
got
little
one of those down here too.
I used some of my hair actually on that I had cut off.
The Pegasus one is wonderful, dude.
I have that sitting in a box somewhere.
Yeah, that's really good. There's the old this mummy is the Jaeger piece. It's actually the resin 1/6 scale version before they made it in the plastic.
Oh, before they sent it to styrene, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it right there. I think there's only about a handful of those out there. Probably less than 10. And then we can go down here. Eye candy.
Ooh, nice.
And here's an old Forbidden Zone piece.
That's still one of my favorite garage kits. I think it's one of the best.
Yeah, I got that directly from the stuff when Brokaw is casting. I usually just go to his house where we meet and I get it from him.
Nice. And I like.
I want to say something
go ahead.
about that. While you're on that, Rod.
Yeah.
I've seen this kit a zillion times.
Uh-huh.
And I've never thought the monster looked like Karloff until looking at yours. It's painted right because it looks like the monster from the movie.
It's one of the only ones I've done using a bluish.
I was gonna say I really like that light bluish kind of minty blue green. I love that color.
Oh, cool. And then here's one of my favorites, which I did for Amazing Figure Modeler, Johnny Quest.
Okay.
The old Steve West. And then the bandits you see here, the bigger ones, those were the ones they sold, which were really hard to come by. And then Matt, who did this stuff for Shape of Things, he ended up making these two little tiny ones, if you can see them at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then there's the Frankenstein that I did a zillion of in the chair, like I was talking about before. Forbidden Zones, Frankenstein, and then obviously Geometric and Mike Hill's little
Igor.
Igor and the Geometric there. And then these were Mike Hill busts that I picked up when he first debuted them in Mad Mauler Party. And then I got to say, I'm a huge Predator fan.
Was that Mad Model Party or was that Imagination?
Mad Mauler Parties where he first debuted them.
Because I saw them in Imagination. That's where I got mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my neck of the woods. And then there's
I got a great Mike Hill story about that too.
Yeah. So those, and then there's the couple of Predators, Aqua one and another one. I've got two others that go with the right-hand one. And then was this Needful Things? The am I still okay distance?
Zoom out a little bit. Or I mean come back a bit. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a Fifth Sense kit, I think, originally, or Killer kits, and then Janice bought it. The Cheney tribute one.
Yeah, I got it. I think it was Killer when I got it, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's a Billiken mummy in the back, and then there's my friend Randy Lambert's Teenage Werewolf. And then this is an old Dracula piece. Denny, is that his name? Delaney. He used to hang out with Tom Gillard and stuff back in the day.
Okay.
Then they've got the Still See Okay Creature Walks Among Us, Jeff Yeager, the Rising Creature, which I think is one of the best creatures out there, besides some of the ones that Jeff has done. And you can see all those. Billiken, and then there's Wayne the Danes one, the Death of a Mate. There's an old plastic Monster Scenes one there, and a little geometric stuff. Frankenstein. Brandon Lee is the Crow. That's an old Integula. There's another Horizon. There's the Big Splash, which I thought was a nice kit. The creature looked good.
Yeah, I think so too. For the time, it's really good.
Yeah, I think Ladati did it. I think it was Joe, but I could be wrong.
And that's a crossover I don't mind. I think that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you're like, oh, another Predator fighting something, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Then there's your Forbidden Zone,
what I was talking about.
Tim. Yeah, and then there's your Ravel Cathoga, and then the Kane top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we've got Sean Nagel's Old Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, and then there's an old Tequila Alien Pile. There's the Lunar, and again, there's the old Jeff Yeager's Before the Ring and the Straps.
Yeah.
And Alternative Images did this creature. I don't know who sculpted it. And then we're back into the Predators again. Super Edge, the two in the front. One's the Elder from the Predator 2. The other one just made up. And then you got an Argonauts in the back with the two heads and the Billiken with the face and the mask.
Could you go over to the one on the left a little bit? Yeah. That I think, and go up a little bit back up. There we go. That is one of the best Predator faces. You don't often see in both of those with the mouth closed like that.
Yeah.
They're usually open. And I really like that because it looks more sinister in a way.
And I can still hook the helmet. I mean, you could,
Yeah.
There's the helmet there on the floor. Same way the other one. It's got a helmet too. It's sitting down there by his feet. I just put them.
Is that real netting on there or did you paint the netting?
Painted. Yeah, it's all painted. I got that one. Frank had Doll and Hobby way back in the day.
Okay.
That's where I got those. And then again, the Steve West. Can you see it okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can go up a little more. Yeah. There you go.
And then the Mike Hill with the two heads. And obviously, when you're going through these, you can see some of them that they look a little better, a little more detailed as we all get better as we get older painting.
And I like that. That's how my collection is too. I've never really repainted anything. I want to see my old stuff.
Because the Hill hide, I got that. He actually walked into Creature Features down in California and had him in his hand before he went to the show. And I picked up, I told him I'll buy one from, he had only one he brought to them to help sell. And I says, put me down for it. I'll buy it at the show from you. That's the first time I ever met him and his wife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then here's the Revenge of the Creature, which Yeager did just a tremendous job on that. The scale work on that, the detail, it's just amazing. I was totally, he knocked it out of the park.
That creature in the back, is that a Todd Rex creature, isn't it?
Which one?
The creature with the tie around the base. That Todd Rex did that? That guy named Todd Rex?
Oh, you mean the bust?
The bust, yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't remember where I picked it up at.
Yeah, I think that's
the Casey Love one is the green one beside it with the hand of the rock.
Right. Go over to your left a little. There you go. There we go. Yeah.
So cool. I painted that one like I did the Creature from the Black Lagoon of Horizon.
I don't think I've seen Casey's creature. That's
his. I got it from him way back one of the early Wonderfest days.
Or maybe I did. I probably just forgot. Drank it away.
Okay. Then we have the hybrid Predator Alien. And then we have another Super Edge Predator with, if I tilt up, you can see there's the other head down below.
Gotcha. Yep.
Take the helmet off. Here's this, which I think is it. This is the geometric one. See, you guys still see okay?
Yep.
And I like it much better with the helmet on it. I've done versions with mouth, and this just looks so much more.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've always agreed. I like the helmet on that one too.
Yeah, and then this is Randy Lambert's Creature of his Big Head series he started a few years ago. And then another Super Edge. I believe
Darkness.
It's Super
Edge. Yeah, nice.
Yep, that's an old Tersic piece, I think, if I remember. Right. Yep, and then there's the extra head for the Predator. And then we've got the Dark Horse Creature. And then we go down here and we got the Laser Blast Aliens and then the Demons. From the Harryhausen flicks. I don't remember. Was it a Sinbad one, I think, if I remember right?
Three Ghouls, it was called, the kit. Three Ghouls.
Oh, okay. And then there's Scott's favorite, King Kong.
First of all, it's not even King Kong. Nice gorilla, though.
Do you know who did it?
Is that a Blake Burrows one?
There you go. That's the one that was on the building or the rock.
Blake's a good guy.
Yeah.
Blake's a great guy, actually.
And then the McFay and the Horizon. Yeager's Werewolf, or Wolfman, I should say, the old.
Go to your left a little bit. You're going off center. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're all good. Cool.
And then
I think that's one of the better Wolfmans, by the way. The one by the tree.
Yes. Yes.
Wait,
And
who
I
did that
think
one? Who
Vince-
did the one by the tree?
Jaeger.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Jaeger. It was originally 6 strings,
6 strings, yes.
6 string.
and then
that's right.
he sold it to Vince at Resin Crypt,
Yeah.
I believe, at some point. So
And then we got the geometric hunchback backpack there. I don't remember where I got the little Godzillas. And there's dinner time. That was Needful Things. I picked this Ripley up at Wonderfest about 4 years ago.
Oh, wait, you got to go to your left a little. There we go. There we can see her now. That's a nice Ripley.
Yeah. I think it was $80.
Not bad. A print?
was that
It's gotta-
3D print?
Yeah, it's got to
Was
be.
it?
Yes, a 3D print. Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's the girls from the Dracula piece, and then the other pieces. And the shelf thing, the extender's broken. I don't know why they broke, so I got the other half down there. And then the geometric mummy.
Oh, wait, go back over to your left more. It's cut off. There we go. Nice.
And I'm crazy.
I remember calling Monsters in Motions back in Monsters in Motion. And that they would always have the ad for that kit when you were on hold.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I got I just don't have it on the base and stuff. I just put it in there that way wise. And then
I have that mummy in resin.
I would love, and as much as I hate people doing old kits, I'd love to see someone do that Colin Clive again in that exact pose with better proportions and a more realistic look to it.
Yeah,
because I love that.
Super deformed.
He's got a mean look to him. That's for sure.
Yeah, I just like the way his arms are bent back, where he's kind of like I love the pose. It just looks too cartoony, but I love that kit. It's a great kit.
Okay, and I think we hit this already up here, didn't we?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, we'll spin over here.
Spinning.
There's the B tack of the B monsters, another one of Brokaw's. And then I got this signed by Julie Adams and Ben Chipman way back in the day. And then there's obviously Blackheart up there. And then I'll extend up.
Yep.
Pumpkinhead.
Yeah. Hey, how do you keep your Pumpkinhead from falling over and warping? What did you do?
I tell you what I built?
Yeah.
Way I built it was I took it and put the legs together separately, and then I poured resin in them, and then I slipped in coat hangers. That's what I used to pin all of my stuff. Cut them and pushed them in, and then
Here, go back up a little bit so people can kind of see. There we go. A little more. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Once I did that, then I ended up filling the body, and I filled everything all the way, and then the wings. They're filled. I fixed those all the way, probably with about the big thing where it's hanging down, the big piece off the wing.
Mm-hmm.
It's all full of resin.
I think I used a coat hanger in mine too.
And it never moved. I mean,
Cool.
It's full. I mean, it don't move. And the base is actually I filled with plaster Paris to save on resin.
Yeah, I think that's one in mine too. Yeah.
Yeah, that one won Best in Show in one of the IPMS things and Best People's Choice. And
I think that was the first kit I entered at Wonderfest. It was that and a Guyver 3 way back at the old hotel was, I think, the first thing I ever entered.
Then I picked this up at, I don't remember what show it was, way back in the day. The guy, and he still does them today, makes all these really branched out, the lamps with the model kits on. And then this is the old Jason and the Argonauts.
All right, twist to the left a little again. There we go. Yep.
And then here's the same thing.
Yeah,
Jason and the
Go to the left a little bit. Go to the left a little bit. Because I want your wife to know where you're hiding your money. Okay?
She already knows, dude. She already knows. And then we can hit. These are all the Horizon comic book ones. All in
wow.
red.
Okay.
Can you still see okay?
Yes. Yep.
And then these are those little gumball monsters.
Oh, wow.
The one that Monsters in Motion sell. You spend an hour of your life cleaning them up.
Go up a little bit. A little more there. Yep. Perfect. Wow.
The Mr. Freeze is really nice. But
I always like that one too. Yeah.
the glasses come off too. And I didn't put the helmet on it. I have it, but
What was the problem
My
with the
su-
Joker? He had that pinched face or something, like a really.
yeah, it's kind of pinched. But you want to buy them in resin because
Yeah.
the vinyl ones just don't, especially the poison ivy. You want to get all of them in resin
Yeah.
if you can, especially poison ivy. Out of all of them, poison ivy. And then this should bring back. You've seen these before.
Oh yeah.
It's got the two different heads with the two different arms.
Yep.
And then these are all Randy Lambert's little magnets that he sells.
Angle a little bit more. There we go.
And then there's the old Dark Horse alien back there. There's a Billiken Syngenar. And then Halcyon Queen. This is a Japanese one, and I don't remember. It's on the top of the pedestal, and I don't remember the name of the company.
Oh, that was is it real?
Yo, dude, it's really old.
No, I mean, is it called real? Like, is it
No, they called. I was told is it was the only thing I remember was on the box. It just said alien on pedestal. I
don't remember who made it.
No, I mean the company might be called Real.
Yeah, it may be. Yeah,
I
it
think
may be.
or something like that. I remember that kit. You know what? Could you go to the left and up a little so we can see it a little more? There we go. Yeah, we can see it. I totally remember. There was a couple like weird aliens that came out around that same time. That was a
Yeah,
nice one.
it's probably early 90s.
Yeah.
And then here's some of my pride and joys.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the Predators. There's the Aboriginal, the Double Axe, another one of the Predator 2s, Elder. There's Berserker in the back, and then my pride and joy, the King and Queen. Dude, that was my biggest project ever. I built 3 of those at the same
Oh
time.
man. All right. So I got some pictures. We'll be able to see that a little better later on.
Or I can open the doors. Yeah, 468 hours.
Oh boy.
I time myself on everything I built. And then there's Jaeger's. I think it's called the Crucifixion, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
Great sculpt,
And
by the way. On that
yeah, it's a nice one. And then these you'll probably recognize too. There's a 2-foot tall creature, and then Mark's Van Helsing, and then those are the other box arts. I made the guy in the jail cell. I got a little twinkling lights in the light that'll light up. And then there's the
yeah, go up a little bit. We can't see that. Go up more to the torch. Up more, up more. There we go. We can
the Brokaw one.
Yeah, I want to see that. Cool. I love that. I don't think I've seen it. Maybe once I did at Wonderfest, but I like that's a good job, man.
Thanks.
I need one of those.
Yeah, I have both versions. I have the big one on the base too, and I got this one. But this one, I just love it to hang it on a wall.
Yeah, I need one of those.
And then you can see these all right. There's, like you say, the box art Dracula. And
I like that Phantom a lot.
Yeah, the Phantom. Yeah. Like I say, I put twinkle lights in the back, so when you turn it on, but I don't.
Are his eyes sculpted that way, or did you paint him facing that direction on the Phantom?
Oh,
No, the super deformed Phantom that was up front. That one. Yeah.
Oh, the Randy sculpted him that way.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Then here's his. This is the red hatted one. I just forgot the name.
Ardith Bay.
Ardith Bay. Yeah, that's the hardest one to find.
That was the last one. That's why.
Yes,
I kind of want that Phantom.
Yeah, that's one of his first ones. That's when I met Randy, when he started sculpting these things.
What's funny about that too, if I'm not, doesn't it say something on the base like what's his name that played the Phantom on Broadway? What was his name?
No, it's not on there. There's nothing on the base.
Not on the pedestal, like it was scribed.
Oh, yes, yeah, it is. It's
somebody's
BT Wolves. Beethoven. Beethoven's on there.
Yeah, but on the base, he had scribed something in there like
no, not on this one. There isn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Dr. Hyde. I got to tell you, the Dracula up there, for Monsters in Motion was an absolute nightmare. Nightmare. I had to completely rebuild the window. I put wood and stuff and pieces, and it was just a mess. Castings were horrible. This was the very first casting right here, the Phantom. It's done in blue resin. When he debuted it at Mad Modeler's Party, and the only one they had in Las Vegas. He had 2 kits, and I got them both.
Rod, you're missing one of those midget monsters.
Which one?
The Wolfman.
He's working on it right. No, the Wolfman's here.
The one where he's got the Keystone Cop.
Hold your bananas. Hold your bananas.
Whoa.
Here we go. Here we go.
We got one banana. Oh, okay. There they are.
There you go. You crack smoker.
And then that's his later Phantom that he did
in the back. In the back. All the other ones, and then the other Phantom is these earlier ones he did for Dead Dimensions.
I saw him, but I don't think I've ever seen him paint. I love those. The likenesses are great.
Oh, they're awesome. I'm telling you, they are.
They're great.
He even gives you real eyelashes with the bride in the back.
Yep.
And strings for the.
So are any of these still available at all?
Yes, you can get.
The bigger ones are.
The bigger ones you can get anytime from Randy.
The little ones you see, Danny has some. Yeah, it's a question of catching Danny with them.
They're a joke to get.
Okay.
Yeah. They're just, he's really tough to get stuff. And Danny's a really nice guy. I've known him forever too, but they're just tough to get a hold of. And then obviously we'll go down. Do you recognize that Conan?
Mark Newman.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's that old brown resin.
Hey, you got a weird reflection on what's behind the Conan. I can't see.
The Rising Green Goblin.
Okay.
Green Goblin.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So how did you get the wings to stay up on that, or didn't you?
After time, they straightened out on their own. With it, I got to help. It looks like my thing let loose. I got fishing line with a stucky on it. It came loose. And then there's his Curse of the Werewolf, which is really nice. And here's an old Steve Wang, Monster Squad Gillman.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
And Dracula with a different head, son of Dracula. And then there's a spare Predator head for the Berserker in the back. And old Mummy and an old ABC Warrior robot.
Oh, yeah.
And this is an old, I can't even think of the old Japan, old werewolf. And then there's some.
Who did that? I know I've seen that before.
Yeah, you're right. That's it, Coyote. Yes.
Okay.
And then Jimmy Flintstone stuff. And then
there's the modelers. I can see the modeler's biggest enemy in the background in the reflection.
What's
the cat. That? The cat. The modeler's biggest enemy. The cat.
Oh, they don't touch my stuff. They're really good. And then there's an old Model Prisoners, I think, did that way back. The mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's obviously the Body Snatcher. And then we come up here. We got the Lost in Space robot, and then Falbruker. And yeah.
Oh, wait. Do I still have it? Wait. Oh, no. Wait. I think I do.
Wait, what?
He used to have a button. Yeah,
it works. I got it.
And then there's a tribute, Frankenstein kneeling at the grave. And I think Alternative Images sold that. I did a build up for him for it. And then obviously there's your fly that you're giving away.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Look at that.
And there's the old Indiana Jones. And I don't remember who did that. It's got the Elvis idol in his hand.
Go to the left. Go to the left a little bit again.
That was John Dennett.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
And then there's a McVeigh bust of the demon.
That's my favorite McVeigh bust of all time.
The little demon, yeah.
I have 2 of them.
And then some Billiken, the Horizon, Dr. Jones, and Sean Connery, and then a she creature.
You kind of put him in like I do. I love how there's so many different things in that one little box from different eras, different subject matter. It's just, I love that. That's what this hobby's about, is right there.
And like I was saying, creature and the predators, but I do every creature I do different. None of them are the same. If you notice when we walk through there, and then I got, Randy Lambert painted the Creature from the Black Lagoon, 8x10.
Okay.
The yellow.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
nice.
Nice. And that's an old poster art, Indiana Jones by, it was sold by, hold on. Dark Horse had them. They were signed by the artist.
Oh, I remember those. I do. Yep.
Yeah, because if you look, I'll spin over here. Those are signed by Giger.
Yeah.
Those are signed by Giger.
Oh, wow.
So I had them framed and stuff. And then I guess we'll fling over here. Master and Blaster.
I always wanted to buy that. Dang it.
Yeah. I don't remember who did it.
It was like he only did a couple things, if I remember right. He didn't stay around long.
And then the Curse of the Werewolf, got that directly from Mike Hill at Mad Modeler's party. Then obviously there's the Abbott and Costello, the Wolfman. And there's another one in the back of Mike Hill's. And then here's another one of Mike Hill's.
Oh, wow. Look at those curses. That's cool.
And there's his first curse right there.
Yeah.
That's from Creatures Unlimited in Europe, London.
Wow.
And then there's the
Steel.
Yeah, but I didn't put all the cape on. I like to be able to see the stuff in the back. So
you looking at that muscly gluteus maximus made out of steel.
And then we come down here, some oldies here. There's Man Bat.
Yeah. That I always liked that one too. Wow.
Steve West.
Yeah.
If you want one of those, I have one.
Oh, hey. We might have to talk.
Yep. I just have to find it in my stash. Caitlin was doing them and selling them. He had Steve West do it. Okay. And actually the gravestone has the name of the character in the comics on it. There's 2 gravestones you can put on it. And then obviously the Horizon, and then here's Geometrics, and there's Coyote.
Go up a little bit to that Phantom. I always like that Phantom. Now, it's not a great Cheney likeness.
No, but it looks really good.
It's really cool. And I want to say, did Steve West do that?
I don't remember who did it. I really don't. That was like one of the first ones that came out.
Yeah.
That and the Nosferatu.
I love the windswept of the cloak. And
that's what I always liked about it. Maybe it wasn't Steve West. Maybe it was somebody else. But it was, like I said, it wasn't the best likeness per se, but it was cool. And that Mr. Hyde was Mike Hill.
Yeah, no, that was Hill, but I'm not sure who did. Because the Nosferatu and the Phantom, I think, were the first 2 that came out. And they might have been done by the same guy. But that's the reason I liked it, was the swoopiness of it, the hair and everything else. And then, remember we were talking last night, Scott? There's the old, I believe it's Killer Kits, the Scarecrow.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have a Penguin, too, in the cell, and I have the Joker put together, but not the, and then Argonauts, and then there's Randy Bowen's old Predator back there.
Oh, man.
And then these are John Wright, and then Horizon, and then Kingdom Come, and then Statue I repainted. That was spray painted in silver when you bought it, silver blue. So I busted the cape off of it and then repainted it all. And then Como, I think, did the Martian Manhunter. You guys can see it okay.
Como or Coma? Was it Coma?
Coma. It was a muck backwards.
Yeah.
I
didn't realize that.
It was Tim Bruckner.
Wait a minute.
Bruckner
How
sculpted.
dumb am I? Wait, hold on. Time out. What's the story behind that? Why is it a muck backwards?
Because a muck was putting the kits out.
Yeah.
And so
I think Brokaw did the casting.
But they did Coma.
But why didn't they just call it a muck?
I don't know.
I got to talk to Paul. I'll see next time I see him at a convention.
Go back up though, Rod. Go back up if you would. Because I don't want to look at that.
How did I never realize that?
I don't want to look at that horrendous Thor anyway. First of all, it's Tim Bruckner that sculpted the Phantom. I just looked it up.
Oh, okay.
I love the Superman except for the mullet.
The what?
And
the mullet on the Superman.
Which one? The Horizon or the
Horizon? I think is a really good kit, except for the mullet.
But at the time, he had a mullet. It was based on that.
He had long hair in it.
I had Matt take the mullet off of it and sculpt it, and I cast it. So I actually have a mold of that.
Without.
And
then there's another Nightcrawler. That's from the same company.
Amok, yep.
Yep. And then there's Cable, and then there's the hideous.
The hideous Thor demon, yes.
Yeah. And then there's Dave Grant did the Supergirl, and then John Wright with the Sticks and Bruce Lee, and then the Horizon stuff. And then there's the Joker in the padded cell. The other killer.
Yeah.
And then the old Horizon, Wolverine, and
Cyber
old
Ninja.
Yep.
Max Factory.
I lost the sword in a move. I don't know what happened.
No.
Yeah, the one that went on his back, I think.
Turn to your left a little bit. Go to the. There we go. That way it centers the whole thing. Nice.
And then RoboCop, and then there's the 2 Revell kits that they did.
Dennett sculpted those.
Yeah.
I don't think he did the Riddler,
honestly,
but I know he did the Robin and the Batman.
they're not bad. They aren't. They're not that bad. The Riddler's kind of cheesy.
No, they're all good, but I mean they match the movie, and the movie's bad, but they're what they're supposed to be.
Hey, go back to you had one of my favorite of all times. I didn't. Next case.
This one.
Yeah, right there. Keep going. Right there. That Joker.
Oh yeah.
That to me is the best Joker. Period. Okay. I'm sorry.
That might be a little better seeing it that way.
Oh yeah.
That is the best Joker ever.
Oh, it's awesome. I probably did 6 or 7 over the years, because all these Horizons were at Dark Horse in their stores.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that Joker, yeah, that is
Yeah.
that's in my top 10. So
I always like the Billiken. That's a nice likeness of Jack Nicholson with the 2 different heads.
Oh yeah.
The Penguin's good too.
Yeah, the Penguin was. I always thought it was a nice piece, and even the Batman by Steve Wang.
Yeah.
Over here, there's the Batman by Steve Wang.
Yeah.
I always like that Tasuda Catwoman too.
Yeah, that's a nice crawling one, and even the. I'll open the door here, make it a little easier for you guys. Even the Catwoman I thought was nice.
Mm-hmm.
The likeness and everything is great. I just hated the pose.
Yeah, I didn't.
What's that on the Catwoman?
Yeah.
That's why I like the crawling one better.
Yeah,
it was different.
And that is very. Now that you've said it, that is very Tim Bruckner. Like that is just super Tim Bruckner looking.
But the face likeness is, I think, better on the Horizon than the Taekwondo one down here.
Tasuda or whatever.
Yeah, it was. Tasuda. Yeah, Tasuda. Yeah, you can just see it in them.
Yeah.
But I agree with Jason. The pose was better.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
I know that's from the movie, but it's like, it just looks weird standing there.
And those are both Billiken Batmans on the left, right?
Yes, these are both the A and B type, and then there's I don't even know who made that old one. That
was Terry Reynolds, I think.
Is that IDC. Who did it?
Yeah, IDC. Yeah.
So
those are good kits.
And then we come over here, and
good time.
So those up there. You see those up there? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can see them.
Yep.
Okay. And then there's another Burroughs piece, the Cyclops and Sinbad. And then this is Billiken. And then there's that Dracula we were talking about last night, Scott, way in the back.
Yep. Yeah, I know you sent some pictures of that. We got some pictures of that.
Yeah, and then Janice, and then Billiken, and that's Randy Lambert's Frankenstein from Abbott and Costello.
Your hand's on the mic again.
Sorry.
That's all right.
That's a Billiken Frankenstein on the left, yeah?
Yeah, the one to the right is Randy Lambert's. And I think Six Strings did that too.
That could be, yes.
Yeah. It's a nice piece, huh, Randy?
So, was that a vinyl Dracula there?
Which one?
The Janice, was that the vinyl?
Yes, it's vinyl with resin hands and head and the base.
Yeah, that sucked to build, didn't it? Didn't that suck to build, that one?
Yeah, putting the cape in was a bitch.
Yeah.
Absolute bitch. And then Arnold up against the tree.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I put water down in the bottom and all that. Like I say, tremendous piece. I could say Naren's probably the Predator person I think out there. And then there's another oldies. There's another Nagel piece, the Pit Fighter, and then the other one with the sword.
Yeah.
And then there's the king in the back that goes with that mermaid thing you saw down below in the other case.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the Jaeger with the two different heads. Barnabas Collins.
Yeah.
And we get down here when we've got the old Randy Bowen's Death Dealer. They got repainted, which you can't really see. And then there's, I believe it's Sal's that sells the Man of 1,000 Faces here.
Yep.
And then Mark's piece here, the tribute piece. Another Steve West piece, I really like this one, the Kiss of the Vampire. And then the Sakuda Millimutant and a Sakuda Creature. I decided to try some blues.
He's on green paint that day.
Yeah. And then here's Randy's. This one's really ultra rare to come by.
I was going to say, that one's a hard one to get. That one is a hard one to get.
Very hard to come by. And some more down here. There's another Coma, huge piece. The Hawkman. And then there's a big Rancor in the back. I think it was AMT.
Oh, we can't even see it because of the reflection. I see a gremlin.
And then there's an old Bane with Poison Ivy here.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Weimar. And then an old Peter Cushing of Jaegers. And then, obviously, you know what this is.
Yeah, cool.
He don't fit in the case.
No, I'm going to get him make a thing. I've been too lazy. And then old Dark Horse stuff.
That mask was one of my first resin kits, if I remember. Yeah. I remember paying that.
And then Screaming. And then there's the Hulk, but he's been repainted, dude.
I like the gray one.
Yep. Got the gray. And then here's what conquered the world, Billiken. I got a little flying thing there to paint. And then obviously the Horizon stuff, and then the spare head for Worthling's kit, the Hunchback. And we come up here.
That was a good Spider-Man Horizon did there.
Yes, that one was, yes. And then we've got the Pit and the Pendulum, Vincent Price. That's an old. Who was the sculptor?
Hackett.
Yes. Got that when he debuted it at the show. He brought 12 and they sold out in about 20 minutes. And then the Devil Man, and then there's the Billiken got that too. And then there's a couple of.
So that's another rare piece right there.
Oh, it is?
That London After Midnight of Randy's, Lambert's.
Oh, yeah.
Go up a little bit. That was, I think, that was one of the first ones he put out of his own, after.
It could be, yeah.
Dimensional. And that thing goes together great. It's a great.
Yeah, he does all his own stuff. And then I always thought this Bella was sweet. He did. Murders in the Road Guard.
Oh, yeah. I did too. I've always liked that one.
And then Randy did this one too, the Nosferatu.
Yeah, that's a great likeness for that.
Yeah.
And that paint job really brings it out too.
Yeah, the Mole Man. I think it's Billiken or Horizon. I can't remember which one without lifting it up, but I think it might be Horizon. And then here's the Werewolf of London, the Thing, and the McVeigh thing. And then the little Geometrics. Here's another, like you said, that did the other piece, the Exorcist piece. We just talked about him. The Pit and Pendulum. He did that one too.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, yes. And these little Geometrics, and then there's Randy Bowen's old pumpkin head.
I just gave one of those away.
And then this is old Steve West, Split Demon. You guys ever see that movie?
Yes. Yep.
And then there's the old from Creature Unlimited. That's an old, I think it's Mike Hill again. The reptile one. Yeah. And then there's obviously the old Dark Horse. And then we've got, here's another Randy's.
Dude, that's killer. those
the
things.
Nosferatu.
How did I
Randy
miss this?
does awesome work, dude. His sculpting is tremendous. And then this is he did for Six Strings. Steve something, his name was, I think called The Werewolf or something movie way back in the
All
early
right.
70s. Yeah. And then obviously we come up here, Mysterious Island.
Oh, that's a nice one. That is a nice one.
And
There's that horrible Horizon Captain America.
yeah, he's sweet, isn't he? I gave him a good
It's
smile.
like he's
though.
half one size, half another size.
Yeah. And then there's Jaeger's Nosferatu there.
Mhm.
And then Mark's Hunchback. I don't know if I told you, I did 5 of those at the same time.
Oh man.
And then there's John Wright's Vampirella. And then that's an old graffiti Vampirella. And these are, and they say, there's rare for you.
Oh, those are
Life-size
nice.
bandits. I haven't-
Life size. Wow.
That's life-size. Yep.
Yeah.
And then this is the big Ladati Weimar. I haven't done that. And then there's the Dracula with the girls go with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then this was pre-paint. I don't remember who did it.
Oh, go up a
Go up
little.
a
We
little
can't
bit.
see his
Yeah.
face. There we go. Her face.
Yeah, the she creature.
A little more.
A little more. There we go.
There you go.
There you go. Huh?
Oh, dude, this was awesome.
Yep. And then, obviously you guys have seen this stuff because I've sent you pictures.
Yeah, we'll go through some of that real quick when we get back on.
Yeah, these guys. And then this here. And then old Bowen piece I repainted. I can't remember what it's called. War, I think it's
War.
called.
Yeah, that's War. Yep.
Yeah, War. And then obviously Jaeger's that. This is the Super Edge creature.
Go
Which
up a little. Up. There we go.
Which I think is another one of the best out there. The parts fit so well together. And then we can spin around over here. Ardith Bay. I can't remember the guy that does the little Frankenstein. He does a whole diorama. Got the Alvin Costello and all that.
Rob
There's-
Blusky. Rob Blusky is his name.
Okay. Then these are Worthling's new stuff. The small bus. Monster from Pedius Bacchus, the Jaeger and the Doctor, Nosferatu, Plastic, Monster Squad. You'll recognize that.
Yeah.
And then I just thought it was cool. This Cyclops lion.
Yeah, those are cool. Yes, that is very cool.
I don't remember who did that. And
Chris
then
the Werewolf is the first garage kit I ever saw on my hand.
yeah, it's done in that brown resin.
Yeah, and it was hollow. I think he
Yeah.
spun them by hand.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Boris Karloff. You see it
Oh, wow.
okay?
Who did that
Yep.
piece?
I don't remember. I really don't.
That might be Jaeger, but I'm not 100%.
I think it is. I think it might be right. And then there's the Monster Squad werewolf. And then here's one of those old AMT plastic kits. They did a scorpion.
Gigantics. The Gigantics.
Yeah. And then here's your Jack Palance and stuff.
Oh wait, we couldn't see Jack. Go to the left. There we go.
Right there.
There you go. Jack and more Worthlings.
I never want to see another one of those books again in my life.
And then another one of those awesome Predators. I mean, it might help if I did this.
Yeah.
So you won't get the reflection as bad.
Oh, hold on. You're on the mic again.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Better?
Yep.
And come down here. Here's an old Ravenwood. Is that right, Scott?
Ooh, I don't remember who did that. But
Yeah, I'm sure it's Ravenwood. I probably still have the box someplace. And then obviously Mark's newest one. And then the one with Paul Gill, Arnold in the Mud.
Dutch, yep.
Yep. And then this was one of Chris's pieces.
Yep. I remember that one. Chris,
Yeah.
very well.
There's a Super Edge, which is really, really rare, Millimutant. And then there's the geometric Ripley. I put her in that was a McFarlane case that lights up, and I threw the toy away and used the case.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, lights up, keeps her protected. Weirdos, Slaughter in the Streets, Mars Attacks, the beach stuff of whatever those they're called.
They were were they Frantics? No, Frantics were
The drumming people. These were surfing or something. They were
surfing. Or no,
they were Hawks kids.
They were Hawk kids, so yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously these busts.
That Imhotep, I thought was
this is just sweet.
One of the best ideas anyone ever had, and B,
open it up. Yeah,
it was so well sculpted. It was just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Jaeger just hit that out of the park.
Yep, I couldn't agree more.
And I'm not sure who did Van Booberella or whatever she's called.
I believe that was Jim Fox.
It could be.
Yeah, I think,
I think you're right, because I've got a Raquel of his, and then there's the thing, which I took the big 4x6 out of his hands. And then we'll jump up here to the top. And
release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Release the thumb off the camera there, Rod.
I like that little toy Pegasus I got.
I do. Rod, get the finger out of the camera, will you, Rod?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. And then Jason and the Argonauts.
Man, I like that you have giant stuff, tiny stuff. It's all over the place.
Yep. And then we will spin you down here. And then here's those ones. You knew the name of them.
Yep.
Yep. This is one of my favorite pieces that Troy re-released. I didn't get it the first go around.
Did he re-release both?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought it looked really good. The Ronnie McDowell and stuff. And then there's a little, I don't even know who made this little owl. It's really old. Yeah. And then there's little I think Jamie Side, didn't he do those? The little Cyclopses?
Yes.
The one on the right he did, yeah.
And then there's Monsters in Motion, old Siren from the Golden Voyage, I believe. And then a Billiken Cyclops and a Geometric. And then Mars Attacks and Igor. And we come around here and we've got Green Hornet. See him okay?
Old Kimito kits. Yep.
These are this collection's amazing. That it's like old, new, all over the place. I love seeing it.
Come back up. I think that's Jimmy Flintstone's little creature head.
Ugh, you said the name.
Yeah. And then Randy Lambert's newest one.
Yep, I got it.
There's the folks, Raquel Welch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's really old. That's like early 90s. And then the Curse of the Demon, isn't it?
Yep.
And then this is I the Tiger. Now that's the same guy that did your Gorilla and the Cyclops and Blake Barrows. Yeah. And then we come down here again. Jaegerland. Dracula, Valley of Gunji, Talos. There's the matching piece, Green Kato. And Hunter Killer Tank.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Horizon, I believe. Yeah.
Or was it Pegasus?
Oh, Argonauts.
Pegasus Horizon. Argonauts? Okay.
And then there's the new Dutch, or Dylan and Billy. And then another kit by Chris Lane. And then there's, I think wasn't that originally Tom and Jerry's kit? The Ripley in the suit?
I thought it was John's, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, but it was sculpted by Tom and
Okay.
Tom and Joy, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
Are your fingers there again? There you go.
Sorry.
He's pointing.
Right.
So he moves it over the mic. I love it. I love it.
Okay. There you go.
Hey, it's hard. It's hard holding the iPad for this long.
And then I believe this is selves too, isn't it? Silver screen icons.
Yeah, the Dracula, yes.
I don't know who did this old Colobus. I really
I
don't.
don't either.
It's one of the better ones, though. I
Yeah,
will
no
say
one
that.
ever seems to get it right.
Yeah, it's tough. And then we've got the giant bird up here. Mysterious Island.
Oh man,
Obviously,
that's
the giant.
huge.
Yeah. Ladati did that. Yeah. And then the bee kit. This thing is just, it's huge. The wings
wow.
alone are just, yeah, I think the bee itself, just the head to tail, is almost 10 inches. And the upper ones, I think, are 9 inches. The wings and the lower ones are like 7 inches.
And didn't our dear deceased friend do the rock base for him?
Yes, yes. That is the first one out of the mold.
Yeah.
I did the paint up for Vince. So
the crab. I like the crab one too. The crab looks really good.
And then this one is, I got it from Mark, and Mark painted it, and then I went through it and did some better, a little more touches and stuff to it. Worthling, I got it from him. And then there's the old Bruce Lee, and then obviously the old Land of the Giants. Obviously that was painted more recent than when I was the young buck. And then your
more Jaeger.
Yeah. Marks. And this one took me a long time to get from them.
Oh,
Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Yeah. Okay.
The remake. Yeah, they did. With Tom Cruise's ex-wife. And then this is the big old It.
Yep.
It. And I think that's pretty much it.
Dude, thanks for taking us on the walk. That's awesome.
Yeah, no worries. Like I say, I've got I sent you pictures of too.
Yeah, we'll sit you down and we'll kind of
Johnny Quest, the big thing, and then I also got the old Aurora scenes that I redid from when I was a kid. It's going to be in the new Amazing Figure Modeler book.
Yeah, so let's go through real quick. The first one you sent me that I want to talk about here while you get set up is this Curse of the Werewolf bust. Let me get to the right thing.
Oh, Blackheart's new one.
Yeah, the new Blackheart one. So you got that going on. Pretty cool. Any tips for anyone building that?
This is my tip when I always sit down and look first. I do the whole face first, and then I get it all done how you want it. Then I protect it with silly putty.
Okay.
And then I, that's kind of how I try to roll, to see what's going to be the easiest and the quickest way, especially sometimes when I'm doing 2 and 3. And like I say, I did 3 of those at the same time.
How many times can you use silly putty before you got to trash it?
Going on, this is no lie, almost 15 years, the same silly putty.
Wow. Okay.
So what I do is when I bought it, and then there's not much in here, so I take another one and put it into one. But look at the color. Look at this color.
It just turns.
It's like I don't know, shit Brundle Brown. It's got so many different, but I haven't. These are the original 12, and I have not. They're still sticking good and holding good, and that way wise. And believe me, they've got a lot of use, a lot of paint work.
Awesome. All right, and then the next one, and that looks really good. Is the Kill Turu Kill?
Yes, that's the latest one, and probably the last one. That's Vince is not going to. It's. I don't know. I thought it would have taken off really well. I painted it exactly like the cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the stills and everything, and I got the paints all dialed in on that. It's huge. Like I was saying before,
Yeah.
the wingspan is 15 inches across.
Man.
The back wall is almost 2 feet.
Hey, oh, real quick. I don't know if I said at the beginning. I asked you to send in some of your favorite kits, so that's kind of what these
That's
are.
kind of the ones I'm a huge Johnny Quest fan. I mean, like I say, if somebody saw it's on the cover of AMF, I have the cover for the Johnny Quest for their cartoon issue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
AFM.
Yes.
AMF is a different magazine.
And you said earlier when you were walking through, this Johnny Quest piece is one of your favorites.
Yes, the one that, like I say, that I've done there with the four. Originally, that was done by Steve West. It's in 4 pieces, and here's a piece of trivia on it. There is 2 different races and 2 different Dr. Quests. And the reason I know this is I built 4 of them, and that's how I know the differences. And plus, Matt, who did it, lives not too far away and comes to our shows. He's the one that did Shape of Things.
Oh yeah, okay.
So that's who he is, and then that's where I got those life-size bandits from him too.
All right, and then we have your Man of 1,000 Faces. You have 2 of them here. I put them next to each other, so we can kind of flip back and forth. First is Janice, and then we have Saul's.
Okay, yeah. That's
how long ago did you paint this the Janice one? Like, how recent is this?
I would say it's because I did 2 of them at the same time because I had to do for this one guy in Missouri. And anyway, I'm gotta thinking probably 3 years ago.
So was the crate a pain in the ass? Because I know that piece warps like crazy.
Both of the ones I did were fine. I think I may have just tweaked it a tiny bit. But when like I say again, when some of the stuff like this, when I build them so they're pinned. So when he gets them, he can push them right together. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to get them busted. I've built for this guy. He's a huge collector. He's the only guy I build for. The other stuff just my friends that I help out and do stuff for. I don't, but and Worthling or something like that asked me, but I probably do him 20 kits a year, and I've been doing them for 5 years.
Oh,
and he's never gotten only one broke. And do you remember the kit Them, a really old one that Al did, where it had one ant on it and one coming out of the hole?
Yep.
One of the legs got broken shipping. That was that, and all this stuff. And I just, like I say, I just sent him a bunch of stuff that I sent you your stuff there.
You can't believe what gets broken shipping. Mark Worthling sent me the latest Frankenstein, the groom to go with the bride.
Oh, did he?
And the foot was broken off. Okay.
My base was broken in half.
Now, how in the heck does that foot get broken off? I mean, that thing was
how would a flat base get broken?
Yeah.
The post office can do some shit, man. I'm telling you.
I have a picture that Brent Krug sent me from the giveaways that we gave away that I'll show in emails later on of the box that I sent him. So
I had one.
Stay tuned for that.
It was accordion. I measured it and took a picture of it. 6.5 inches accordioned, the whole box, and it was probably a 14 by 14 box.
God.
And it was nothing was broken. I couldn't believe it.
All right. And Saul's piece, which one was more fun or more of a headache between the 2?
Okay. Here's with Sal's piece. The hardest thing about it is that case. And I pinned where those little X braces go up. I made pins out of jewelers so I could pin them in so they would hold. That was the hardest thing about it was doing that, because it's got these little X braces, and they were made just like the glue on the side. So I took jeweler's wire and put in each one of them so it connects into the sides and it holds it. And I built 2 of those.
Oh wow!
So, and I had sent to the guy, and so because what happens, that box comes and it's busted. in
Yeah.
the Janus one, the big one, not Sal's, but the other one,
Okay.
because his was broken.
And then up next, you have a Frankenstein with some tombstones here. Which one's this?
Oh, that's isn't it eye candy, Scott?
Yes, yes.
That wasn't it one of the last ones that EXO did along with the Burn Baby Burn?
I don't know that EXO even ever got this out. But
I think he was trying to. Yeah, that's another one of my favorite. The way he's standing, the turn, and the little graveyard scene.
That is a nice symbol. I like that.
I have to say, and I've seen this on a few of your Frankenstein pieces. I think the shading you do around the eyes and under the brow is perfect.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because it really brings out the look of the monster and it brings out the sculpt too.
Here's what I use. So it's got that just tint of darkness. So what I take is right here. Citadel Newfen oil.
Nuln oil. Nuln oil.
Yeah, I say.
Wait,
and then what I do is I take it and then I take it out. I dump half of it out and then I start thinning it. Here's another thing that the people can use. I use Vallejo thinner. It goes in everything, but don't use it in Tamiya. I experiment with different paints and things, but you get it off Amazon. Those little, I think there's 6 ounce bottles.
This stuff,
yeah, the Vallejo thinner,
airbrush thinner.
Yeah, that should be it.
Same. Come on, camera.
I'm coming back. Yeah, here you go. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, yep, same stuff. That's a bigger bottle. I have one.
Yeah, so I get this, and I can use it in testers.
Sometimes the label might look like that if people are looking.
Yeah,
for
the old ones did. These are the newer ones.
Yeah,
and like you say, for everybody's heads up, you can use it in testers paints, the acrylic ones, and you can use it in Badger's Freeflex paints. You can use it in the cheap, Deco art paint, that stuff you get at the store. It mixes the same way in that. And the old.
It works pretty much in every paint I've tried.
Everything, but
yeah.
Tamiya, do not use.
Tamiya is a different. Tamiya, for people, because I've made that mistake. You have to use thin Tamiya paint. You're supposed to be using that stuff.
So here's the trick: 70% alcohol. It's a lot cheaper. It's $1.99 a bottle.
There you go.
Right there.
Yep.
It works great with Tamiya paints.
This next
not to mention, Rod drinks it. So
yeah, drinks it.
Hey, it's 70%. That's okay.
That's right. It gives me a little buzz in the evening.
Next up, this one you guys were both talking about. So here we go. Shine some more light on it. It's the Ardeth Bay.
Ardeth Bay. The bust?
Yes.
Yeah, the Karloff bust from the flashback scene.
Oh, you mean wasn't he called
Imhotep? Is it Ardeth Bay or Imhotep? Sorry.
Ardeth Bay is the one with the
hat.
The bowling hat on. Yeah. The Moonshiner hat or whatever you want to call it. Shriner's hat.
Now, one thing I've noticed on a few of your pieces that I'm going to send out to the viewers here.
Okay.
Is you don't drastically shade white. Okay. And
no,
white's hard to shade, but you barely.
Yep. Same thing.
Because
the Newen oil, and buy it in the regular because they make it in glossy too. Did you know that? Yeah. Yes. And then like I say, I just thin it way down, and I say when I'm using that, I use my I have a Badger 20. I have probably 14 brushes, but the Badger Solar 2020, and I just put a few drops in there and just work it. And it dries.
Oil is a magic paint. It really is.
The other one I love is the right here. If I say it right,
I gotcha. Seraphim Sepia.
And the other one is the Earth Shade.
Reichland Flesh Shade, and then Agrax Earth Shade. Those 4 colors are my 4 go-to. The only problem recently.
Okay, so here, if you can see it, okay. So this is the mummy bust. I've already shot this in Banshee Shadow Gray, okay? And it almost looks like a bone color. you probably can't really see it as much. And then I shot this. I have like 6 levels of skin colors that I've made up using Badger's Freak Flex and adding things to them and give them the changes. So this is what I call, this is my 4th level. So it's dark, but not dark. And then I take it, and that's where your Sophian cement. And then
That one.
I wash this one in, and if you can see, this one, it's half and half. So this one's weighted down, and that's how if you can see it. I want it so it gets down into all of those cracks just perfect, and it doesn't blend way out, burn way out.
Yep.
And then I'm going to, like I say, and I used near black for the headpiece on the hair. And then I'm going to come back through and I'm going to start, and then
I think, again, these 4 colors I use the most out of the washes. The only problem I've run into recently is they changed the formula on the Reichland Flesh Shade, and it's turning out glossy, which it didn't used to do.
Oh, you see, I usually when I buy that stuff, I buy 2 or 3 at the same time.
Yeah, so be careful. I've used like for years, but you're right. Those 4 colors are amazing.
And then the other one I love, Crimson.
Caribor Crimson, yes.
Yes, dude, that is phenomenal color. Yeah, that's what's here on his face. That's some of it on his face, if it shows it well.
This is any of the shades from Citadel are worth buying. The entire set.
By far. What I like is you can thin them way down, and you can work different levels of the, just like you do the skin colors. You can use the yellow, the green, the blue.
They're great, all of them.
Yeah. And I can say I base my skins, because I got 6 different levels of skins I choose from to start with between women and men, and then just go from there. But
all right, here's a large picture of the creature, the Super Edge. I think you were talking about before.
Which
where his hands are in front of him.
Super Edge.
Super Edge.
Yeah, Super Edge. Yes, that is a term. Took me years to find that. I got it out of Canada finally, and then I had my friend again, Randy Lambert, sculpted. I had him. There's a rock, and I had him sculpt in the forearm onto the hand on the rock.
Cool.
So it's embedded, and then I had him add more rocks around it, because what they did is they plopped it on a wooden base and put a little sand on it, and that was it. And the feet are connected to the base. Really strange.
And then here's a close up of the mysterious island, the crab and everybody fighting. Pretty cool.
All the guys, yeah. Casting's awesome on it. Everything was really done. Russ Mueller did all the castings and stuff for Vince. Nice stuff. Matter of fact, I just got the tarantula. The guy, I can't remember his name from the movie. The doctor was in it. He's deformed, and it's got the wooden floor with 3 tarantulas.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Coming out, yeah.
Someone's screaming at their screen right now.
Yeah.
And then the Kit Kong Dracula, correct?
I want to go back real quick to Mysterious Island.
Yes.
The sand it looks like real sand, and so many times I think people mistake. It is real sand? Okay.
Yeah, so what I did with it is I paint the base color in kind of a sand color, I guess you would call it. It's whatever. And then I turn around, let it dry good. I seal it with a flat finish, which I use, I'm almost out of it now. I'm going to convert, but Testers, dull coat, fat finish, airbrush it on. It's awesome. But anyway, you can't get it anymore for the last couple of years. So, and then I
have some bottles of lacquer flat if you'd like to.
No, it's not as good. And then good old Elmer's glue and a paintbrush.
Yep.
I paint it on top, I set it in a box, and I pour sand from the beach that I picked up. I go to the beach and I pour sand over it, shake it a little bit, let it sit, dump it like this a couple of times. If there's any spots, put a little more glue in that. And then I spray it again with the sealer to hold it, and it holds it on there.
Very cool. All right. And the Kit Kong Dracula.
Oh, that's one of my favorite Draculas. Yeager hit that out of the park. I mean, completely out of the park. Yeah, I did that one in lavenders for the cape and the trim. And then I added pearlescent to the inside of the cape.
Yeah. I just sold mine a couple years ago.
Yeah, that I don't know if the pictures look that good. It
looks great. It looks great. The only thing I didn't like about this kit is the cross on the bottom. Shouldn't be
Oh.
there because he would be like, eh.
Mm-hmm. And then I added a couple of branches from a tree outside to it.
No, that's great. And then we have another Naran predator with a crocodile head, I think.
Yeah, that's the Aboriginal, it's called.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, that crocodile, Naren knocked it out of the park. I mean, that thing, if you see it, if any, probably not a good, like you probably can't see it. I don't know if you can see the crocodile head that well. I know I've got some other picture, but it's killer.
That's
and
great.
his stuff is perfect. It right together. He's a Mark Brokaw, whoever's doing it for him. It's very, very minimal cleanup.
Cool. And then, wait, I think that. Oh, sorry. Why is this not clicking? There we go.
Monster Squad Gillman.
The Gillman.
Monster Squad. Is it the one with the road base?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's Steve Wang's. Originally was done without a base, and Mark Caitlin made bases for it and sold them. That's a road with the manhole cover.
Yep.
And then your box art tribute creature kit that you did for Mark.
Oh, yeah. That's the one that's got the little plants I added extra than the one I have up here.
Okay.
Right.
So I know Scott's going to, but Scott, I'm going to ask this question. Why is it these colors? That's where so walk us through when someone says, what the hell? That looks nothing like it's supposed to. Tell us why. Tell us why you chose those colors.
Okay. So when I do creatures, like you've seen probably 30 of them here, none of them are the same. Okay. I do every one a little different. Like even the box art Horizon one, I've added different colors into that too, besides what Tom Giller did. So, in this creature, why I was just sitting down. This is another 4 of them sitting in front of me, and I'm going, what? And nope, they just said, they're all my friends, and they just said, how are you going to paint it? And I said, I don't know. It ain't going to be green. And I sat down, and I mean, the light's pretty intense on that because you can see the difference in mine. So I sat down and I said, I don't think anybody's done him in brown. And so I started with, it was called, no, actually I did 19 of them. So, and I got it down to the point where I could do them in 17 hours from start to finish. But I started with Freak Flex, Mossy Brown. That's the base coat. And
so
then,
did you purposely make like the feet, hands, head, belly, like kind of almost looks like the glow in the dark box, like they're highlighted more?
It's the light. It's the light.
Just the light. Yeah.
Here, look at this one now. Look at this one. It's the light. See it? See how that it's more brownish? It's the light. It's the lights that were on it. If you look, can you see it close?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Besides a little bit of dust on it. But anyway, I just went with the browns and I did them. And then I sent a picture to Mark, and Mark goes, oh my God. And he posted it. I wasn't even doing Facebook back then. I mean, I really just, I only did Facebook just to see stuff and stuff. But anyway, it just took off. And he ended up spending a couple hours with me, and he typed up the whole paint up for it and was passing it on to people. And it's in one of the Amazing Figure Modelers too. I didn't do an article on it, but it was one of their put ups they put up in there. So,
all right. And then next, the Bride tribute piece.
I think this is one of the best tribute pieces out there of that.
Is that the box art one?
Monsters in Motion one?
So this was the absolute, I hate to say it, worst Monsters in Motion kit I had to put together. So this is how bad it was. And this was for the guy in Missouri, the huge collector. So I opened the box and start looking at it, and I go, oh my God. The body alone had at least an 1/8 of an inch overlap around the whole body. All those bandages. And then The heads was same way bad. The balls where the chains go, there was nothing on the tops. They were not even cast in there like they're supposed to be. No chains with the kit, no wire for the light that hangs down over her. The lightning bolts, they were all busted. I had to make those up. The bloody stuff, the instruments and beacons on the sides. I mean, 27 hours before I could even primer it.
Mine's not that bad. I have one, and it's not that bad.
I can say I don't even own one. I mean, that's the guides. I mean, some of this stuff, that's why I'm not going to take the risk again. But I ended up spending 52 hours from start to finish on that thing. And I told him, wait for stickers, don't be sticker shocked. And then I know Jeff, when I posted it, Jeff Yeager commented on it, says, "Oh, I really love this rod, blah, blah, blah." It was really nice of him. I thanked him for that. Same way on the Dracula, too. But, yeah. And remember, I built that thing in pieces. So it all goes together. Like you see, that all comes apart. The table, the everything.
You know what bugged me about it is the thing on the side of her head.
Oh, yeah, the electrical thing?
Yeah, they only give you one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, I thought it was missing it.
I did too. And then I went through the parts list and I realized it wasn't missing.
I didn't even have instructions.
And
it's thrown in the box.
And it was like, oh, okay, so it's because you only view it from one side. But I'm like, would it have killed you? Another one?
Well, okay. Yeah, that's what I was even thinking about making another, and I went, oh, no, I'm just going to do it. But it is a nice kit once it's done.
Yes.
I was just too afraid to buy one for myself and go through the same stuff again on it. Terry may not remember me or whatever, but I used to always go in and talk with him in the days of the Mad Mahler parties. I'd spend a week down there, the wife and I, and we'd vacation it, and I'd stop in and talk to him and that stuff. But yeah, I'm assuming he's got better casters now.
And then we have the Needful Things creature, right? Is that what's next, Scott?
No, that's
Is it the swimming one?
Is it? Yeah, it is the Needful Things. Yes.
Yeah. That one's Brokaw did the castings for him. I think later on they started doing their own castings because I know some of them had that porcelain resin or something they did on them.
Oh yeah, the cold cast porcelain.
Yeah.
Rob was
well, the base was cold cast.
I always thought that was just. I was there when Mark was casting or molding up that one in the 2 foot tall by Omoa. I think wasn't that the name of the company, Omoa, and he. And I went wild with that one. I don't know if you guys remember seeing the colors on it. I said, you know what? I'm going to throw some purples and pinks in on that.
I like that you're not afraid to try different colors and do weird stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
The detail on that kit is just tremendous. The only downfall on it is they should have made it 2 more inches bigger through the chest, taller. It's almost like a squatty football, the way he's standing there.
Okay.
It needs that lengthen in it a little bit, but the detail, Mark knocked it out of the park. And what happened with it, the casting molding material he used on it, it stuck to it and he couldn't get it off. He had to send the piece back to be all redone.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was really pissed. Pissed. Then, but yeah, that's a tremendous piece.
Here we have some detailed shots of your king and queen alien.
Oh yeah, the another Naren piece. You probably can't tell it. That head is 2 feet. That's how big the queen's head is.
Yeah, it is a really big kit. If someone has not seen this in person, it is huge.
It's huge, and all the dreadlocks are separate. I think I'll give it a shot. It's either 43 or 53, and to paint all of. So like I say, the biggest project I've ever done in my life. Of doing it, 3 of them at the same time, and my wife said I was nuts.
Just and for this, or in general?
Both.
No, she's gave up on the other part. Because, you got to remember here, what you see here, what I have here, probably 90% of it, my buddy Mike has the same kits that I've built for him.
Okay.
That huge collection.
Cool. And then your hunchback with the 2 different heads.
Yeah, that's Mark's piece. Another one hit out of the park. Yeager did. And like I say, I got some pictures. and tried to capture the likeness as really good as I could with which head's on that one? Is that the Longini?
I got
head?
both pictures next to each other. So they're both.
Oh, okay. The one with what is his name?
Anthony Quinn.
Anthony Quinn. Yes, Anthony Quinn. So yeah. And so like again, I made them the pin so you can just pop them in and out.
I wonder whose idea that was to put both heads in the kit.
I like it. I mean, you don't
One
like
of those things I told him to do early on.
Oh, you did it?
Okay.
Wow.
You probably don't remember, but yeah, I told him.
Another Billiken thing, huh?
Well, this guy's making more money off of my ideas.
Yeah. So
and here's a close up of your Son of Frankenstein.
Okay.
3 figures from Forbidden Zone. We're going to try and get a little closer here. Sorry.
What's amazing about that kit is how it fits together. Okay.
Yeah.
The only hard part is the hand where he's throttle choking.
Yeah.
Basil Rathbone.
Where Frankenstein's hand comes over. I used a long pin to put it in, and then I had to fill in probably about a quarter inch of it to get it to all fit perfectly.
I'm trying to remember if when I did it, I think I kept the hand glued to him, and then I fit it into the sleeve when I put it together.
I did two of them,
or maybe had the whole arm separate. And
I don't remember. It's been so long. That's another really old piece. I think another one I got directly from Mark. Just went and got it from him.
Yeah. All right. And then
in the old days,
your Lucian Werewolf from Bram Stoker's, probably one of my favorite garage kits of all time.
It's really good. The light. I don't know if I gave you a good shot of the face or not.
Yeah, we got it. We're up in there.
Yeah, I could say. And that thing fits together so nicely. Steve did way back in the day. But yeah, I think I've done 3 or 4 of those.
I need to go back and touch mine up because at the time I was experimenting with using watercolors. And so our hair is starting to flake off on mine. And I need to go back.
Oh, is it? Yeah. I think that one's probably got, that one could have pastels on his face.
Yeah. I like how you're, how do I explain this? The blue, but then you have, instead of being darker blue in the folds of the skin, it's more of like that orangish flesh color in the folds. And I think that sets it off a little better than.
And like I say, I'm sure you use pastels too, but when I go to use the pastels, another recommend when I'm using them, I've got a thing here. It's got 36 different colors in it. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're little like 1x1 chalk ones. So when I do them, I like to wipe it on, put it on there, and look at it, and if I think it looks like it's going to be good, then I got to think yes, because when I hit it with the dull coat, it's going to darken it.
Yeah,
that's another trick. I'm sure you remember, you probably know that too. Yeah. But for people out there, that's kind of the trick. But it works so. And if I don't like it, here's a little bit, wipe it off. Okay, let me try this out, and that's what's really sweet about the pastels.
Yeah.
Of doing that.
Well, very cool, man. Thank you so much for sharing your collection with us and joining us today. This has been awesome. Anything else you want to touch on? Yeah, that book. So talk about what you got for Christmas.
Yeah, my daughter picked this up. No, Mike did. My buddy Mike picked it up or gave me for Christmas. My daughter gave me a different book. But anyway, I never heard of it before. The Revenge of the Movie Monster Models. A new gallery of figures and diorama from Mark C. Glassy, if I say that right. David Fisher is in on it too, and Andy Pearson. And if you can kind of look, it's 273 pages of how-tos, pictures, names of kits, everything. There's a few color shots in here too.
Oh, wow. But, okay.
Yeah. So, and like I say, I haven't even, that's
it. Wow, I hadn't heard of that. So that's kind of cool to see. I'm going to look that up, and I'll put a link to Amazon or something.
I don't think it even says on it how much it was, but I'm guessing it must have been $20 or something.
Cool.
I have no idea. And it says here, science fiction cinema edited 2024, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not, maybe he had it in there's the deal in the back. He's a doctor. Mark Glassy is a professor at the University of California, San Diego, Moores Cancer Center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Nice.
anyway,
I'll have to check it out. Like I said, I'll put a link. I'll find it at
But
some
that's
store and I'll link it down below.
That's Geometric's little diorama.
Yeah.
The Frankenstein meets the Wolfman.
That's
I
a
think-
$50
I think
book
Phil
on
did
Amazon.
Didn't Phil do this, Scott?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the base.
Yeah.
What'd you
That's
say,
a
Scott?
$50 book on Amazon.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And he has another one. So that's the second one.
Oh, okay.
There's another one, Movie Monsters in Scale, a modeler's gallery of science fiction and horror figures and dioramas.
I think I seen
Also by Mark Glassy. So there's two of them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
this
good.
one, yeah, this one did just come out.
Hey, I wore the.
There you go.
Hey. All right, man. All right,
So,
Rod.
anyway.
Thank you so much for joining us. This has been
Oh,
fantastic.
anytime, guys. No,
Yeah.
no worries. Be happy.
And you said you're not painting for clients. Is that what I heard correctly? Like if
No, just really just my close friends and guy like Scott and Worthley. That just like say my close friend. I did a lot, like you say, way back, and if you know as well as I do what it turns into. So
yes, I do.
and so
Yes, do.
This one guy is that I've done stuff for the last 6 years. He's really, really it-wise, and he's crazy. I hate to say it, but he sent me 38 one time in boxes, and he sent me another. That was 5 years ago. He sent me another 28 or 29 here this summer, and plus all the stuff he buys from Mark Worthling. Worthling just sends it to him automatically. Like you say, the Hunchback bust and stuff, and the Mummy bust, and yeah.
Cool.
Anyway.
Will you be at Wonderfest this year? You going?
Oh, yeah, I'll be with you guys again.
All right.
But I guess we're not going to be at the same table this year.
No, we're kind of we ended up just now in room A. We upgraded, so we got.
But
we
I'm
got in.
more than happy to, if somebody has a question or whatever, I'm more than happy to help anybody or that. I'm like you guys. I really want to keep this going. I say I'm 66. It's the boy didn't, he never got it. The daughter doesn't, and blah blah blah.
What's the best way to get a hold of you? Where do they find you?
I'm in Facebook.
Cool.
I post, stuff I do or whatever, but I've been in Facebook about the last, I don't know, maybe 3 years, I think.
Right.
But if somebody, has a question or something or whatever, I love to help people.
Cool.
That's kind of like you guys, you like to help them all too. And the more we keep going on this.
Yeah, we got to keep it going. Got to keep it going.
I'm just in it for the money, Rod.
Yeah, me too.
The money's not coming.
It's not gonna ever.
I just
well, maybe
can't.
one day. We'll see.
Like you say, the only thing I worry about is the same thing I just did with Phil Cuppa.
Yeah.
Is when he passes, and at least he started selling stuff, a few years prior to that. But I helped his wife, he had probably the best Outer Limits collection out there. There was 48 kits of them alone.
Wow.
Of all Danny's stuff and, all that. And Phil customized all his stuff too.
Yeah.
It was never just out of the box for Phil.
Phil. Dang it.
But yeah, that way wise. Kind of like Scott sitting down there. He's got a whole basement full of stuff. I got a whole 20 by 10 shed full too, and not counting the garage and the closets. And yeah, tell me about it.
All right, man. Well, we will see you at Wonderfest this year. And again, thank you for coming on. And
thank you for the.
We'll talk to you soon.
Anytime, I'd be more than happy to do it again and all that stuff. And thank you for the help.
For sure, man. Thank you. We'll talk to you.
Alrighty then.
And we're back. That was Rod Hickey. Scott, what do you think, man?
Rod's got quite an impressive collection.
Yeah, he does. And I like that it's all over the place, kind of like mine. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, all mixed together. It's really cool to look at. And thanks for sitting through some of the technical difficulties. I hope it was good enough for people.
By the time you edit it, no one will know the difference.
Yeah, you're so mean. So yeah, we're gonna do more of these, more like modeler spotlights, collections. What'd you say?
Hey, my wife, you're so mean.
Maybe.
What did I say?
You're ragging on my editing ability.
I said when
that's
you edit
sarcasm. That's
no
sarcasm.
one will know the difference.
That's sarcasm.
I might have rolled my eyes, but I didn't say it sarcastically.
All right. Real quick, we'll do a quick workbench before we go. Scott, you work nothing? For those of you who didn't notice, I did do the live stream build in the cave bear that I talked about. I'm going to keep doing this of turning it into the cocaine bear. And I liked it. It was fun. I haven't done that in a while. It's been a long time since I did something. So
I'm going to start to do something.
Are you? What are you going to start to do?
I don't know. Maybe I'll buy some paint.
Oh my God. And I think I figured out a way we could live stream Scott. Maybe if we want to, and then we could do it. But I think Scott wants to just kind of surprise everybody with his first I finished something build. So
yeah,
very cool. All right. That's the show, everybody. I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Again, our thoughts and prayers out to those in California that are suffering and affected by these fires. It's crazy when I see it on TV, and I've been, especially the newest one, the Hollywood Hills one. I've been there, so to realize it, like all these homes are gone, and this hillside is just gonna be this charred thing, is unbelievable.
Yeah, I
don't know how far it got. I remember when I was there, I would drive Laurel Canyon Boulevard from Sunset Drive to where we were staying north of there. And I loved the drive. It was such a cool drive.
Yeah, we stayed. Is that where's the observatory? Is that right there? Like that's up on the mountain where there's an art gallery?
Oh, yeah, about? I don't know. I didn't go to the observatory, but.
Because we were there. I stayed right off of Sunset in one of those. There's a hotel there. We went, and then we walked through like Compton. I think on the way back. Dude, it was a hell drive. It was a hell walk.
I will say this for anyone that's ever been there. Okay, and I was there back in like 1990. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm on Sunset Boulevard, and there's all these souvenir shops, t-shirt shops, and whatever. And they'll, print iron-ons in your shirt. There's all kinds of cool shit. So I was in this one t-shirt shop for like an hour. It was right at sunset. Okay. So when I went in there, it was still light out. Everything was really cool. Okay. And I walk out of there, me and my first wife, and it's like a total like Jason Walker freak show. And I'm like, we need to get to the car and get back to the hotel because this is not our scene.
It was probably my scene because we did
hours as soon as it got dark.
So I'll find a picture of me from this night and maybe put it up here. We went, it was like, I think 2006 or something like that. And me and a bunch of friends went. A friend of mine flew us all out there for a celebration thing. And we stayed right around the corner from the Viper Room. And so we then went to an industrial club called Das Bunker. And it was on the other side of town. And we're like, oh, we'll just get a cab. Because in Chicago at the time, there were cabs. And you could get a cab. I didn't realize in LA, you can't just get a cab anywhere. So we left there thinking we could just get a cab back to the hotel. We walked almost the entire way back until we found like a payphone. Because back then, no one really had cell phones on them. And I was just like, I thought we were going to die. It was one of those nights. You ever see Judgment Night, that movie about Chicago where they pull off the Kennedy, the Dan Ryan? And then they get, oh, dude, it felt like Judgment Night, the entire, oh, God. Anyway, that's the show, everybody. We'll see you, Brian and I will see you for the live stream next week sometime this week when this comes out. We'll be coming up. I'll put that link up, but I still have to watch the movies. One of the movies is The Eternals, and I do not want to watch it. God.
I don't want you to watch it. You'll probably like it, though.
No, I won't. No, not possible. So, all right, everybody. Say goodbye, Scott.
Goodbye, Scott.
And thank you, Buford. I really wow. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Jason's got the wires hooked real tight, fiddling with the circuits till it's just right. Paintbrush flying like a bird in flight. Model Club TV's on every night. Scott's got the knowledge of 1,000 kits, sitting in the garage where the passion hits. Figures and dioramas amidst the grit. Model Club TV, where it all fits. Model Club TV, they make creations that make us fall. Model Club TV answers the call. Chasing dreams and colors, see him blend. Every brush stroke, let it all bend. Model Club TV, they make it shine. Chase it on the board, Scott with the mind. Model Club TV, it's one of a kind. Tune in, watch them both unwind. Oh, oh, oh.
Mushroom teams in color see him. Robots and structures from the demo body your bull from the demo. Robots and sober from the demo body of under, of ound, of ound, of ound, of ound.
Jason dreams in colors, see him. Robots and soldiers from the deep. Broadcast waves that never sleep. Model Club TV for the won't-be sheep. Scott's wisdom stretches wide and tall. From monsters to heroes, he's seen it all. Garage creations that make us fall. Model Club TV answers the call. Oh, oh, oh. Chasing dreams in colors, see him. Oh, oh, oh. Model Club TV, they make it shine. Jason on the board, Scott with the mind. Model Club TV, it's one of a kind. Tune in, watch them both unwind. Jason's got the wires hooked real tight, fiddling with the circuits till it's just right. Paintbrush flying like a bird in flight. Model Club TV's on every night. Scott's got the knowledge of 1,000 kits, sitting in the garage where the passion hits. Figures and dioramas amidst the grit. Model Club TV, where it all fits. Model Club TV, they make it shine. Chasing on the board, Scott with the mind. Model Club TV, it's one of a kind. Tune in, watch them both unwind. Jason's fingers painting tales to keep. Robots and soldiers from the deep. Broadcast waves that never sleep. Model Club TV for the won't-be sheep. Scott's wisdom stretches wide and tall. From monsters to heroes, he's seen it all. Garage creations that make us fall. Model Club TV answers the call. Chasing dreams and colors, see him blend. Every brush stroke, let it all bend. Model Club TV, they make it shine. Chase it on the board, Scott with the mind. Model Club TV, it's one of a kind. Tune in, watch them both unwind.
You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
I need you to chipper up a little bit. No, like a real chipper. No. That's better. Perfect. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Model Club TV, episode 108. As always, we have Scott Johansson with us and Jason Walker. Oh, crap. I messed up.
I got chipper for nothing.
Hold on. Free chipper. Free chipper. 1 second. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please.